What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Top of the morning to you. Top of the morning to you. I figure I go live. I listen, man. Last night it was not happening. It was not happening. I came in house. I got something to eat. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my people yesterday. I want to give a shout out to somebody because they sent me a $20 cash app, and it was like, "Yo, go get you some Chipotle or something." You know what I'm saying? But I knew who the person was, so shout out to them or whatever for considering that. And I damn sure did do that. Usually I film a video for, but I ain't film no video for. But I appreciate that. It was like, yo, go get you some Chipotle. I was like, all right, you know what I'm saying? So they sent me so I could get, you know what I mean, double up massage and all that. You know what I mean? I had a mixture. Sometimes I get the mixture of the chicken and the beef. I think it tastes better together. And then guacamole. I do a whole bunch of little combinations, but I usually get the bowl. I don't do the Chipotle. You can get the bowl or you can get the wrap. I don't like the wraps. I'm not a fan of burritos and shit like that. I guess it's me. But shout out to that person yesterday that sent me $20 after I got offline. I was like, yo, go get you some Chipotle. You look tired and hungry. It was a woman, but I know she meant good intention. You know what I'm saying? And she left a nice little note, so I appreciate that. Anyway, let me talk about because I had to emphasize that it was a woman. I had to do that. I think ASAP Rocky and I think Rihanna make a good couple. Some people will side and say, "Well, I wish I could have always seen her with Chris Brown," or some people will say, "I wish I could have seen ASAP with this girl, that girl." That ain't what happened. And now they up to baby three now. And I notice it's got the same vigor as they do with Jay-Z and Beyonce, kind of that goes along with a couple other star couples that you have out there, where it's like they want these, and I say this particularly, they want these particular, and I'll give you an example. You never heard a venting of people saying, "I want Serena Williams and Venus Williams to break up with their husbands," or any other girl for that matter that has a white husband or a husband of a different ethnicity or whatever. They won't say it. If it's a white girl, if it's a black Latin girl with a white dude, they won't say nothing. It seems to be projectively only put towards people that are either two things. If you are a man of color and you're with anybody that's other than black, and that is your spouse, it is not allowed by multiple different people. That's what they say. You know, you'll have Indian people that do this. I've seen videos where this African dude, he married an Indian woman, and there was people in the crowd literally calling him a nigger. I've seen videos in Israel where Israel has a huge African population, even prior to refugees coming in. And there's a whole crowd of people following behind, and the woman saying to him, "You married a nigga. You married a nigga." Then there's other people behind her saying the same thing. "You married a nigga." So then you come to America. America, same thing. You'll have a set of black women that will vehemently speak against you dating a white woman, but at the same time applaud Venus Williams and Serena Williams for their choices of men. So then I started to see it a little bit more in close and in depth, and I said, "Oh, I get what this is." I often say this: black culture does a lot of things for white culture, racist white culture, not white culture. It's so racist white culture. They do a lot of things for them that the racists wouldn't do, or they wouldn't be allowed to do. And one of those things that they do is they keep up the momentum of "you can't bury no nigga gal around here." That's what it is. And if you choose anything else other than a nigga gal, we gonna beat down on you. In the case of Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, there are a lot of people out there that don't want to see these two together. They don't want to see Rihanna and ASAP Rocky together because they're a black couple. I know it sounds crazy or whatever the case may be, but it's the truth. They don't want to say it. When I say they, I don't mean white people. I mean black people. Let me share this and I'm gonna get back here and you'll understand. But who's here, they're here, who ain't. You know what I mean? People, I tell you, these are some vicious people. There's a wave a second you can if you want to leave. You stop sharing this a few seconds because if I don't share my posts, it becomes a problem. Hold on one second. That should be good enough. We don't do we do it. We do it. You know what I mean? Kanye West style over here. We don't do it. We don't do it with the whole, you know what I mean, pretty backgrounds and sets and all that shit. I tell you what, I give y'all one today, all right? Because I want to make sure I mention the right way because we talking about Harlem and shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure we approach it the right way. You know what I'm saying? So believe it, unbeknownst to many of y'all, there is a problem in the culture. The culture somehow or another on two spectrums, and this is why I'm trying to explain to you. On one end, they don't want to see black couples together. Those black couples, they get chastised, they get attacked, whatever, day on upon day out, whatever. It doesn't matter if they're a rapper, doesn't matter if they're a singer, doesn't matter if they're an actor, doesn't matter if they're an actress. If you are married to someone who is black, the black community is more harsher on them, and they would chastise them, and they would go out of their way to make sure the stories leak, stories get put out that would detour their nuptials or their relationship in the long run. They want to see you broken up because that story is bigger to them and that premise is bigger to them. And it furthers something even more, which is consistency and being the drama, trauma, and problems all the time. There's a ongoing effort to keep drama and trauma. I call it the nigga culture versus black culture. And nigga culture is winning. And what nigga culture says is you should be as loose and for people that are not a part of it, like Aleister Crowley, do what I wilt. So what you get out of that, you get anarchy. You also get something out of it, which I was trying to tell you about with this girl, Mila, I believe that's what her name is, that testified and tried to have a civil lawsuit on this guy. She wanted him and Cardi to break up. I'm on this firm belief that most black women don't like love if the love is coming with a black man attached to it. They like love if love is coming with a white man attached to it. Which we saw with the old girl over there in Tanzania. What was her name? Janae, whatever her name. God bless her heart. I mean that. But they don't like it. And there's an outpouring of people that yesterday, when they saw Rihanna and him in the van. See, I know, let me tell you something. You have to be an expert on black couple relationships or an expert on Latin couple relationships. Latinos and blacks don't argue. They have heated conversations. They have conversations that are belched and mixed from emotion sometimes. So I ain't no leap reader, but when I was looking at the stuff, I was saying to myself, that nigga ain't mad. That nigga having a conversation with his broad. This is the same ASAP Rocky that'll pull up at the fish mart. You understand what I'm saying? At 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Shout out Jack Wade. I seen that video. But you know what I'm saying? Because one of my men was in one of them videos. I ain't gonna say his name and shit like that. But he on a very popular TV show. And this is my friend in real life. So last night he was walking through Harlem getting food. You know what I'm saying? ASAP be bringing Rihanna to the hood all the time. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say where, but you know, be over there, wanting you 50 that, you know what I mean? 30, 50 that, you know what I mean? All that. You know what I'm saying? Step out like, But point I'm getting at is, you know what I'm saying? It was put out and it wasn't TMZ's fault. It wasn't TMZ's fault. Was it TMZ's fault? TMZ gets blamed for a lot of shit, but it wasn't their fault. He put that video out and somebody put a narrative behind it. And that's why I keep trying to tell y'all. People put narratives behind things, whatever they want to make them, and then make them into something else. The same thing with this Tyla thing. People created a narrative for that. Those people were back there. I know what that area is. You wait back in that area. For now, you don't know. That video clip you saw, if you ain't never been to the Met Gala before, that video clip that y'all saw, if I'm right, they either wait back there for either the little golf cart things to take them to their vehicles, or they either wait back there for their vehicle to come to them, or the driver or the staff or something like that. It's something like that with that little area they were sitting back there, but it's not it's not a regular area you just be sitting there where they was at right there at the Met Gala. Now, if you're not familiar with New York or you never been to this event or whatever, and had I remember somebody Somebody lets me know the day after it happened. Shout out to you. What worked for you? Oh yeah, dude. You know the Met Gala yesterday. I said, you motherfucker, you ain't let me. So I would, never mind. Anyway, People paint narratives of what they want them to be, but you have to ask yourself, what is the premise of your narrative? Now, in Africa right now, many of y'all may not know this, but Tyla is being heavily defended. Da, 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 da. I can't believe Rihanna snubbed Tyla. And well, first of all, I equate Tyla to an artist like Cassie. Do y'all know what I mean by that? Meaning, like, yeah, you had one good song, maybe two, three good songs, or whatever, whatever, so. But after that, who gives a fuck? You're not on Rihanna's level. That one song, make me smile, make me lose my mind, make me water. That's like me and you. Maybe this could be love. You know what I'm saying? Like, it comes and it goes. You're not gonna remember that song 20 years from fucking now. You're not gonna remember that song. You remember that song by Tyla? Nah, I don't remember that song. But if you ask somebody All the Lights by Kanye West and Rihanna, they gonna remember that. If you ask somebody about Umbrella, they gonna remember that. But on a scope of Tyla, she's a cute girl. And in more retrospect, she almost looks like a young Rihanna. Rihanna might see herself within her. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Rihanna comes from an ilk of artists where you have to show homage. You understand? And that's been so lost. There's so many motherfuckers that get online nowadays. I got a following. Everybody likes me. They like my song. Da, da, da. Fuck Tyler. In recourse to ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, we gonna put them fucking first. You gonna put them first. That's what you would do. That's what you would do. If this was any African artist and they had snubbed an American artist, you would put them motherfuckers first. See, y'all don't understand this, but there's a war going on right now on the musical front with, and a lot of people don't understand this. There's a war going on right on the musical front with African artists and the Amapino music and American music. And the Amapano, or whatever the fuck you call that shit. It's that so, all the dance moves are like this, and all the traditional. We don't dance like that. Latinos don't dance like that. Blacks don't dance like that. And American whites don't dance like that. You know what I'm saying? I had to throw y'all in there because there's some Italians and some Greeks I know that can dance their fucking ass off. My point is, you understand what I'm saying? We don't dance to that shit because I'm Pamino or Anapanino, whatever, that ain't our flow. Now, we will substitute that, you understand what I'm saying, for the next nationally recognized music that comes out of that genre. If it ain't rap, hip hop, some type of Latin mix or some shit like that, that we can get on the beat with it. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I can go in the club, listen to Bad Bunny, and Bad Bunny got a certain type of flow with the shit. You know what I'm saying? Where even if you don't understand English, Spanish, you can get down with it. If you guys don't understand Suavemente by Elvis Crespo, you play Suavemente in a club, every nigga in there is dancing. You know why? Because we know the tempo of the song. We're familiar with it. You understand what I'm saying? When you're talking about Apanino or Apananino, whatever the fuck that shit is called, we're not familiar with that shit. And they've been trying to force feed it to the market for the past 4 years now. And nobody's biting because that's y'all shit. Even Tyla, her song, that make me smile, make me water, that 14-year-old high school book bag shit. Listen, cute song, don't get me wrong. Problem is, if you listen to the background of that music, you will hear the ampiano, I think that's how you pronounce it, ampiano music behind it. See, if I had to make a guess, that song originally started out as an ampiano song, meaning that's that African beat that's like like we going to take over South Africa or some shit. You know what I mean? Like I ain't with it. You know what I'm saying? No offense, but you know what I mean. That's not what I know. You know. And so what they try to do is they try to force feed the shit to you through the music genre. Like, you go to a club that start playing that shit. Most people sit the fuck down when they start playing that shit, unless you're in certain parts of Brooklyn or you go like some clubs in Queens that fuck with that shit. The Bronx and Brooklyn really the only two clubs that fuck with that shit. And usually it's mixed in behind reggae because it's highly divides from reggae. It takes from reggae a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of Latin music too as well. A lot of the percussion, a lot of the things in it are subjugated to around that. So when I talk about Tyla, I'm like, okay, cool, but you're not Rihanna. So why is the African community right now sitting back and they talking about, oh, well, Tyla's been snubbed by Rihanna. Who gives a she ain't reached no level yet to be hand in hand and neck with the Rihanna. You understand what I'm saying? Rihanna's such a good artist. Excuse my French. Rihanna's such a good artist. A bitch can say, yo, I'm gonna take a because I'm rich and I want to have some babies and spend some time with my man. You're gonna be having to work these streets. If the best song you got to offer is "Make Me Smile, Make Me Want," that bitch, you got a lot. It's almost like that on piano music. You got a lot of work to put in, little mama, and that's not to say you can't do it. But you need to calm your community the fuck down. That's Rihanna. Rihanna's from Barbados. That's what we know. That's what we fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, if you don't get it correct, you get it confused. Let me explain to you. If there's anything, entonces sabes, salud para la gente de la cubano. If there's anything out of Cuba, if there's anything out of Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Colombia, and it's music wise, 9 times out of 10, we even know have to ask us, we fuck with it. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I say you can whole club and there's nothing but black niggas in there. You understand what I'm saying? And niggas will be like, you know what? I feel like playing Suavemente by Elvis Crespo. And every nigga in there will start dancing that song. Some niggas in there will know the lyrics to that song. You go into any black club and you play Jennifer Lopez, Waiting for the Night. Do you think everybody's going to sit the fuck down? If you play Jenny from the Block, do you think people are going to sit down? No, they're not going to sit down. With that piano music, people are sitting the fuck down when they play that shit because we're not used to that shit. Now, if you go to the themed Jamaican clubs, Barbadian clubs, they kind of give a liking to that shit, but you have to mix in reggae amongst the set. You can't just go into a club and play all piano or African beats or Afro beats, as y'all know it, music all night long. It will not work. You understand what I'm saying? It won't work. Trust me on this. You can have a theme party for that. You can even remix songs, which a lot of them are trying to do now. They're remixing Afrobeat songs with American songs, but it has to have some American flair in it to it because we're not African. I have a term that I have to use sometimes because sometimes I'll catch some of the African dudes in New York, some of them are cool as shit. And then some of them in New York, they'll cut their eyes at you and shit. So I had to have a phrase. And I'll look at them because Tyla, if you don't know, she's from South Africa. She has a very distinguished, easily to be distinguished, quasi-European African kind of like accent. So a lot of them, they try to front and whatever. I met South Africans before that literally talk like a British person. Like literally sound like a British person talking to you. And you're like, yo, where the fuck are you from? And you'll think they're from England. No, I'm from South Africa. There are South Africans that are like this. There's many different people in South Africa. Tyla happens to be one of those South Africans that, as far as I can tell, she somehow or another was under the colonization when F.W. de Klerk was there and the rest of the boys were there. And she was probably born in that period. She looked like a little girl when she was standing in that video. And if y'all haven't seen the video, whatever, like I said, to me, from knowing what I know about the Met, that seemed like that little, and I might be wrong, but it seemed like they was in this little corridor area. I won't give around everything because some people be like, damn, why you say that? But there's a corridor area that leads for special people. You understand what I'm saying? Like a Rihanna or something like that. And usually they'll either pull like a golf cart type of thing or one of them little, I forgot what you call them things. Like it's like a little golf cart thing that'll take you back and forth towards your vehicle, the area where they have your vehicle at, or if your vehicle's waiting for you, or either they'll bring the vehicle to that area and you can walk to it. But as far as I know, that's what I remember. But I might be wrong. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So don't quote me on that. But I just say this, man. Tyla, you have no reason to be upset, nor do your African fans. And I think it's actually funny because most of these African artists, and I say this all the time, and I say this about some Spanish artists too, especially if you do dumbao, especially if you do reggaeton, especially you have how can I say it? You have a commitment, and it's unwritten commitment, and more people need to start talking about it. When you're talking about Afrobeats music, you notice that I mentioned this earlier. Tyla's song, Water, that song wasn't originally put with that beat. If I had to make a guess, that song was originally, because the way it's structured and written, I'm a musician. That's why I'm telling you this. And I worked in the music industry for 17 years. Most people know that if it's your first time here, I'm letting you know. So that song, even though it was finally and released as the way it was, that song originally was probably written behind Afro beats. You understand what I'm saying? Or a piano, as many people might pronounce it in Africa. But it definitely wasn't written with that beat in mind. You understand what I'm saying? So it originally was that type of track. And this happens a lot of times with, and this to put reference on this, I deal with dudes that are African that do music. You understand what I'm saying? My man 40, shout out to him. My other man Kent, shout out to him. They're African, so they know exactly what I'm talking about here. A lot of times when Africans and Caribbean people, and they write music based on a formula or an idea for one song. This happened with used to happen with Gloria Estefan. It used to happen with a lot of different Latin artists too, where they would be like, "Nah, it sounds a little too Latin." You know what I mean? And this is in chorus. So if you don't believe me, Celia Cruz, some of her biggest songs ended up having to be that fusion. Gloria Estefan, she had to have that fusion. Daddy Yankee, he had to have that fusion. Tego Calderon, he had to have that fusion. You have to have that fusion. Don Omar, I can keep going on. Bad Bunny, you have to have that appeal, meaning that you have to do something that I don't have to do as an American artist. American artist, I don't have to do nothing but do what I feel. You, on the other hand, since we lead the market with music internationally, you have to follow behind me. And that's what the problem is. A lot of these artists, they don't pay no homage. You should have been paying homage to Rihanna. And in most part, you should have told your fans in Africa, because it ain't gonna work out good for you. Like the worst thing you could have done, Twyla, is not stop them niggas in Africa talking about it. Because now niggas, well, all right, bitch, we'll just travel in Africa then. Perform in Africa, ho. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead and perform in Africa, bitch. You know what I'm saying? No more Minnesota Arena for you. No more Madison Square Garden for you. Go ahead. Hey, Billy, yeah, go ahead and cut that bitch mic. For artists like you, that's how simple it is. Hey, Billy, what? Go ahead and cut that bitch mic. Oh, God, I can't wait to come back. I can't go away. Smile, it's me. Don't worry about it. Anyway, what were you saying? Is that so? Say it again. Say it again. If you don't say it again, shoot at the floor by his fucking feet. That's right. Anyway, listen, right? This is the point. When you have artists like this, like Tyla, and she's cool. She's cool. She's cool. The song itself, though, it doesn't have staying power, mama. You ain't there yet. Rihanna, when she did a song like Umbrella, and it had so much success, and the whole international community loved Rihanna for that song, and so many girls identified with that song. You understand what I'm saying? Because the song itself, the song structure itself. So we got to start paying attention to some of these lyrics again. I wish I would get more of the lyrics again, that y'all would get into the beat. Nowadays, y'all listen to the beat. This is why Tyla, I said, once again, I'll say again, she wrote that song, if I had to make a suggestion, with Afro beats in mind. And it turned in and it transcended after a couple mix downs to see which one sounded the best into the final product, which was that, which the company released. But we're talking about Tyla as an artist. Baby, you don't have the same staying power as a Rihanna. 5, 10 years from now, people are going to forget you and that cookie cutter song. Make me smile. It's a great song. Make me fuse my mind. Make me water. And it's the connotation of which the song is. The song is a sexual song. Now, believe this or not, there's sexy songs, there's love songs, and then there's love hate songs. Let me explain. A sexy song is a song like I don't know, Maria Maria. You understand what I'm saying? Or the remix with Khaled and the one they did with Brent Fryers and Rihanna attached to it, which I like very much. That song, you can play that song in the club anytime, and it's been played. How long old is that song now? That was the first track Rihanna done, and she did that, and she didn't even have a record out. What was that? And Callie, you need to go back over there and get her. Um, because I heard he working on something. Callie, you need to go over there and get Rihanna. Instead of throwing out one of them fucking rap anthem shit, go recreate some with Rihanna. That's another thing I hate Khaled do sometimes. He'll go get same rappers, but he won't go get sing R&B artists. No, nigga, go get the R&B artists you work with the best. You should be hitting up Brent Fryers. Don't matter if he's big. You make him big. I'm sorry, it's a sad note. Khaled, get on my motherfucking nerves. Let me tell y'all something. When you get an artist like Tyla, she's more revered in her own community in Africa. And this is prevalent because of the reactions that a lot of Africans are giving now. I can't believe Rihanna snubbed Tyla and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, I get it. I'm going to go back to what I was saying. Just give me a second. Twyla's music is condescending to her community, and she's held higher in her community, same way similar to how Rihanna was. Difference is, Rihanna's music and the lyrics are more prevalent to people. So when you have sexy music like that song that I just mentioned right there. Then you have another type of music. That's a type of music that is like this love hate music. That's like, I bust the windows out your car. Where's that bitch at nowadays? I mean, she's still touring and everything, but I mean, like, do you fuck with her? Do you like? I can't wait till Jasmine Sullivan comes out with another album. Of course, fucking not. Nobody cares except for her fan base. That's it. On a large scale, no, nobody cares. They're not anticipating that like a whole album or a new DJ Khaled album or a new Rihanna album. I mean, she's a great girl, you know. Oh, she's doing well. Sure, she is. He made some money, but the point is nobody cares. And that's what happened to Tyla. Tyla, this is not going to go to your benefit. It's going to go to your detriment. When word gets out later on the day, like y'all don't see it, I see it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe I'm just jumping the fence here, like they always say. Oh, pro, he always jumping the fence. You know, that nigga be wild, and then boom, damn, he was right. You know what I'm saying? Listen, this girl, and I hate to say it like this girl Twyla, and then I'm gonna move on to something else. This girl Twyla, she's a cute girl as she is, but she's young, and she's yet to have that international hit that has substance on it. You could say that that water track was substance, but it didn't win. As far as I know, it didn't win any Grammys, did it? Did it? If I'm right, I'm right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But how long was it a number one hit? It was a cookie cutter song that actually ended up being a number one hit. And that's very different than something that was structured and shipped out as a number one hit, such as Rihanna's or with her with Kanye with All the Lights. Those songs, like these people, they ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about because they never been in the music industry. But I know what I'm talking about, and I'm telling you, that song, those songs that Rihanna does, they're structured to go number one. You understand what I'm saying? The producers are structuring to go number one. The beat makers, they're giving her beats to strive to go number one. I'm giving you some game right here for free. I be giving a lot of game for free, and niggas don't soak it up. I be like, nigga, I'm telling you literally the shit Puff taught us. Y'all just not listening. But whatever. Anyway, that's on you, nigga. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, like it's just the part is some of these songs are constructed to be number one hits. People in the music industry, you know what I'm talking about. And Rihanna's one of them artists. She don't have to try very hard. She's got a very strong voice. You can't out sing Rihanna. So let's stop playing here. I'm never gonna hold up. And I'm gonna say this real quick. I ain't never seen no African artist hold up American artists higher than they hold up their own. So why would I hold up this chick higher than I hold up Rihanna? Rihanna, even though she ain't American, she from Barbados. Nigga, that's on this motherfucking hemisphere. That's like I'll take up for Jennifer Lopez before I take up for some African artists. This reality, I got more in common with Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez lived in the tri-state. Jennifer Lopez, Puerto Rican. Jennifer Lopez got a voice that's kind of tip. Jennifer Lopez got a history of dealing with black people that's for the most part good. So it's like, why would I not side with Jennifer Lopez versus your African artist? So you can't automatically think that just because these people are saying what they're saying in Africa right now about Twyla and Rihanna snubbing her, I still raise the question: who the fuck is this broad to be even making a connotation like that? Like for you to sit there and say that your artist is better than Rihanna's is crazy work, man. That's bananas to me. Twyla, shh, better shut the motherfuckers up. They're gonna get you. Your career gonna be like water, and it's gonna keep flowing out the window. You keep on trying to go up against Rihanna if you want to, little girl. She was sitting over there looking like a little schoolgirl. With the crowd, I was like, yo, why y'all got this little girl sitting over there? Because she looked like her feelings was so hurt. She was just standing there all lost looking and shit. I was just like, God bless. I ain't playing that clip because I ain't giving her no play. You want to see the clip, go online. It's up there. I ain't giving that bitch no play. Over Rihanna, you out your motherfucking mind, man. ASAP Rocky, that's my man's homeboy. You know what I'm saying? So nah, that ain't happening. My man's went to school with him. Two of my mans know him, as a matter of fact. ASAP a little younger than me. Shout out to motherfucking, you already know, man. I ain't even gotta say too much. Quay, what up, boy? You know what I'm saying? A nigga Rod Dollars, you know what I'm saying? Shout out. But East Harlem niggas, lit off. What's happening? You know what I'm saying? You'd be surprised how many people are. I know a lot of people. A lot of people. I'm just thinking, I'll be thinking about that shit all the time. I'll be like, yo, if I really, man, listen, I had the whole city on fire. I wanted to. But my man's in there went to school with ASAP. So I'm gonna hold down ASAP Rocky regardless. No lie, Rihanna looked scared that day. It looked like she being controlled by him. You said no, you started out, okay, first of all, let me tell you something, right? That's exactly what this conversation is about. You're one of those people. What's your name? Rawzilla? I'll never trust niggas with screen names like that, first of all. But I'm gonna let you speak. First of all, you coming in connotation with you coming into the conversation, excuse me. You coming into the conversation with something I hadn't spoken about yet, but I'm gonna get to that in a second. I'm gonna just segue 2 seconds from Rihanna and Tyla just for a second, because I thought that was a more important part of the conversation. And I'm just gonna set up to this. Thank you very much, John. I appreciate that. She does look happy. And yesterday, like I said before, they were in that van and they wasn't even arguing. You understand what I'm saying? Like a lot of people up here that are not from the New York City tri-state area. Are you from the New York City tri-state area, Rozella? Watch this. Do you live in the New York City tri-state area? You wrote okay, so answer that question. Do you live in the New York City tri-state area? Just answer that question for me. I ain't gonna block you, B. Just answer the question. Do you live in the New York City tri-state area? So watch how they do. How long did it take to write no, y'all? So let's take it that he don't live in the New York City tri-state area. All right, so because if he did, people in the New York City, okay, you live in California. All right, I'm not from California. You understand what I'm saying? So what I don't like is I can't give us so much interpretation about what's going on in California from what can you call it? Uncribbaged mind. I can't do it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I can tell you what's going on in Cali based on stuff my sister tell me, based on stuff my sister's boyfriend tell me, who, believe it or not, he was one of the chiefs out there. And gang, gang. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say which one or whatever. He was one of the chiefs. You know what I'm saying? That can actually pull some. And he don't mind if I say his name, David. What up? You know what I'm saying? That's my sister's ex. She ain't know he was involved in that shit. That's why she got away from him. It's like, yo, this is niggas a king over this motherfucker. But wildly respected nigga. You know what I'm saying? Wildly respected nigga. I can't call what goes on out in California like that. But we have people that, and you stand testament to what I've been saying here. And like I said, Ross, I ain't gonna get rid of you. But you stand testament to what I was saying here. You don't know New York personalities. What you know is, or you know how we operate. The only thing you know is you hear a nigga that's selling on a video or something. He talking about, yo, with a New York accent or a tri-state accent. And sometimes y'all, like, let me tell you what I mean. Most motherfuckers that don't live in the New York City, let's just say the Northeast, that's including New England, they can distinguish a Jersey accent, a New York accent, and a Connecticut accent from a Boston accent, from a Rhode Island accent, from a Maine accent. Like when I hear Adam 22, Adam 22 to us sounds like he's from New Hampshire. Because we know what people from New Hampshire sound like. When y'all hear Adam 22 talking, that's how most people in New Hampshire sound. How do we know? Because we be up there. We've been up there. You know, then I went to Caribou, Maine, went up there with my friend Josh before, went up there. We went skiing, stayed at the cabin they have up there, but the slopes up there. And I've done all that shit. I've been out to the vineyard several times. My girl Jen, her parents owned a cabin out there for, well, not even a cabin, a house really, for years. I said cabin because I was talking about the ski slope. And there they have cabins, and even those are nice. But my point I'm getting at is, you got family in New York still. You have a family in New York. You live in California. It doesn't matter. I don't know who your family is. Your family might live in Poughkeepsie. See what I'm saying? Even that's distinctive. Your family might live in Jamaica Estates and Queens. Your family may live by the beach over there in the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, it ain't an attitude. See, that's what I'm saying. You talking about an attitude. Attitudes are not what it is. This is what I'm saying. You see what I'm saying? Somebody from upstate New York can sound just like somebody from the boroughs. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody from upstate New York that live in Syracuse or something. All them boys, what's some boys' names? Griselda, right? All them boys from upstate New York. But if you didn't know and didn't hear them say they were from upstate New York, niggas would swear them niggas is from Brooklyn. They would swear they from Brooklyn. You understand what I'm saying? And speaking of the Wu-Tang Clan, right? Let me show you what I mean. Speaking of the Wu-Tang Clan, all them dudes, they had family that was mixed in from the boroughs or immediate boroughs. But the one thing about the Wu-Tang, they was from Staten Island. We didn't used to go to Staten Island. Staten Island was the suburbs. As soon as you get off the fucking Staten Island ferry, you come into the train station, you recognize quickly it's the burbs. You understand what I'm saying? Now, that's some street shit there, don't get me wrong. But it's the burbs, really. Most people will look at it and be like, oh, there's ain't no street shit going on over here. Well, if you go to Innerville or you go to, I don't know, Wells, be somewhere else, y'all. Go to Jerome Avenue or something like that. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to find out quickly what motherfucking the Bronx is about. You get what I'm saying? So it's two totally different environments, even though they exist within the same parameter. You understand? So, and it gets even more intricate than that. A Brooklyn nigga ain't like a Harlem nigga. A Harlem nigga ain't like a Bronx nigga. But they're the most similar Brooklyn. I say the most similar niggas is Bronx niggas and niggas on the east side or the west side of Harlem. They got the most similarities. You understand what I'm saying? The next after that, I would say that are similar to each other is far in between. I mean, like Brooklyn ain't really like nowhere else. Queens motherfuckers really, I mean, they more like people from Staten Island than anything to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the further you get into Queens, the more closer you get to the water. You know what I'm saying? And so every borough is different. One thing that we got in unison is people kind of like, we don't have a unison is people kind of like, and this is what I'm saying to you, Rosella. This is why I let you stay there, because I remember you talking before. I ain't got nothing with you. But the thing about me is it gets confusing when we have people that ain't from the New York City tri-state area and they talking about people in the New York City tri-state area. I don't live in Ohio, so I can't tell you what the daily dealings is in Ohio, how Ohio people react, how Ohio people move. I don't know. I don't have a history of that. I don't have a history of telling you what people in Delaware went through. I don't have a history of telling you what people in North Carolina went through. I've been down there, but I don't know. And so if you don't know the deal, and it's one thing from like having a conversation with somebody every now and then to you down in the dirty digs, because even the people that's really in the grime in New York City, they're not going to let you know like that. They're not going to, especially if you're a stranger, they're not going to let you know like that, you know? And so you have to learn these things. And for me, is you gotta come from, I don't know, you gotta at least be 14 through 21 and been up here. You know what I'm saying? Everything under 14, you should have been inside. But after 14 to 21, it was that. ASAP a clown to me. I'm just saying, I came up in the 80s and 90s. What they got to do? There's some niggas from the 80s and 90s as clowns. What you call these niggas sitting down with everybody gossiping and shit? That's some clown shit. You can't stand on the 80s and 90s no more. You know what I'm saying? You're like, you around my age. Niggas can't stand on the 80s and 90s no more. You want to talk about that? All right, let's talk about that. I think some of these subscriber niggas are clowns because they'll come in and they'll engage in conversations or whatever, but at the same time, if you keeping them more from the 80s and 90s, a nigga would have came in here and been like, yo, here goes some bread for the Cash App, son. I like the convo you have. Don't equate shit to the 80s and 90s, especially if you ain't doing shit that's reminiscent of the 80s and 90s. See what I'm saying? That's behavior. That's what we're having a conversation about. Behavior, gestures, movement. It's not the same. I don't know what a nigga was doing in Cali. I don't know what it was like to wear a Jerry curl and be on the block with the homies and being like, yo, I hope ain't no problem out here, cuz. I don't know what that's like. I don't talk like that. I'm not from that. You understand what I'm saying? I can understand it, but that's your life experience. And I have no right decimating your life experience or saying that it's less, because it's not. Because you in Cali, your experience is less. Let me tell you something about the Cali niggas. Nigga can't say nothing bad about Ice Cube around me. You can't say nothing about Dr. Dre around us. This is the niggas we know. You understand what I'm saying? Snoop. Snoop got an open pass come to New York. He know that. Wish somebody would bother Snoop in New York City and see if niggas don't tear your ass up if they see it. Bother Snoop in New York City and see what happened to you. You understand what I'm saying? That's on my word. You don't believe me? Try. You ain't even got to worry about the dudes he with. Nah. So my point is this, man. I'm saying, and they go for some other Cali artists too. You know what I'm saying? They know, they already know. You know what I mean? Certain people, it's not even a pass. It's just like, yo, nigga, come on, bring your big head ass on over here. But when I come out there, nigga, remember, all right? So my point is like, when you say ASAP Rocky a clown, or you say ASAP Rocky, you believe he's abusing her, controlling her, whatever, you fall into a format. I want to stick with what he was saying. You fall into a formula that many people put out there nowadays, and it's kind of scary. Oh, black man, scary. Ooga booga, ooga booga. He's controlling her. He's manipulative. He's this. He's that. They did the same thing with what's the name, with Papoose. They did the same thing with Carissa Shields and Papoose. They did the same thing with Cardi and this dude. They did. Oh, he's controlling her. Do you know? So these more narratives are there, and it's crazy because you fellas, y'all got to be careful. Y'all be pushing the words of some feminists like sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all push the words of feminists. Y'all push the ideas of feminists. And I just talked about this yesterday. I'm on with, listen, if I catch you beating on some chick or whatever, like I let it, like me personally, I let a bitch talk a little shit. I got a sister. I let a bitch talk shit. Go ahead and talk shit. But you talk too much, bitch. Go get your man. You understand what I'm saying? And I've always been like that. My father taught me like that. Bitch, I don't want to talk to you no more. Go get your man. Tell that nigga come out here, because I want to know, ask that nigga why you got your bitch out here walking around popping in niggas' faces for. You ain't got no control in your house. That mean this bitch don't respect you, nigga. Because any bitch that respects you, she will not be out in the street starting fights because she know what could happen to her man. And if her man is paying the bills or holding her down or whatever the case may be, or even just his company, he knows not to do that. You don't never see Rihanna out here acting a fucking fool with nobody. And Rihanna be in the East Side in Harlem all the time, walking through the hood with motherfucking ASAP Rocky. Anybody in Harlem want to disagree? Okay, cool. So, like I said, man, when you really look at it and put it on the microscope, what it really is a lot of these niggas out here don't want to see a black couple together. And unfortunately enough, it's black people. You understand what I'm saying? So they create a narrative about the guy because they feel that the guy, in this case, there's many of them that feel, well, she could do better than ASAP Rocky. No, she couldn't. And it's not because she couldn't do better than him. That's not what I mean. Meaning that was the person that fit her. You understand what I'm saying? A bad man in him. You see? That's what he reminds her of. She reminds her of one of them island niggas. He looks like an island nigga. He dresses like an island nigga, carries himself like an island nigga. That's a bad motherfucker. That's what I deal with. No much on that back of time right now. That's what we deal with. So that's why I said to y'all, I ain't got nothing but positive things to say about ASAP Rocky. I ain't got nothing but positive things to say about Rihanna, because that's the direction they need to be. I'm tired of these niggas hopping online, and the first thing you promoting is not that they got happy. Won't you cover that Rihanna and ASAP are having a very healthy relationship with their kids? Why don't you reporting when ASAP and Rihanna had the baby shower and the baby's party? Why didn't y'all put that out? Instead, what y'all do is they do it with Jay. Look at the rumors. I heard Jay and Beyonce are headed for divorce. They do it with Will Smith. And Will, you should leave that bitch. I ain't even gonna hold you. But anyway, they did the same thing with Will Smith. Jada's done this and her infidelity and her excuse it. Then after that, it was who else was it in Mary? If you pay attention very closely in the media, and especially from black media companies, they always triumphantly try to push the narrative that black couples should be together, and specifically the man is some type of adulterer, he's some type of manipulator, he's some type of fucking sexual prowler or some shit like that. And I'm saying I'm not with that, because sooner or later I'm going to have a kid, a son or a daughter, and I don't want them to be treated like this. This is the same thing I was talking about with the Stephon Diggs thing. It's not being dug up enough. You know what I'm saying? For real. That nigga Rocky no fashion. Riri still mad. He's stupid. I don't know, man. You know, they got a video called Fashion Killer. You ever see that video? Fashion Killer, because I'm a fashion killer. Listen to that song. Watch that video. Let me stop, man. That's my joint, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a fashionable nigga. Like, niggas will look at my jacket like this. See how my jacket is ripped up and everything like that? To me, that's personality. You understand? But this is a real leather joint. I got 2, 3 joints like this, ripped up, shredded up. I like shit like that. They rather the negative and promote us in a negative light. It's not they, it's your own people. See, that's what y'all gotta understand. The same tech. Let me tell you one of the biggest mistakes y'all ever made, right? Y'all forgot or didn't never do the knowledge. And I don't know why. And I'm gonna read your comment. Don't get me wrong. Guys, make sure y'all hit up that cash app, man. Support my channel, man. My birthday's this month. Throw something in there, $5, $10, whatever. If you like the what's the name. I mean, you could say that. Yo soy la cubana la mareno. Yo soy en dos. I'm black and Cuban. So, sometimes you're going to be on here and you're going to hear me speak Spanish. You know what I'm saying? But I represent this. And Rihanna, for the most, just for retrospect here, is from the Barbados. So is she a tether? Is she against you? You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Because they'll start them conversations. It do be your own. Because now what happened was they forgot why YouTube was put here and all these other different apps were put there in the first place. They were put there for you to uniquely express yourself as artists. They have forgotten what the craft of music actually is, which is to express yourself through the music. You know what I'm saying? Not just writing down and jotting down the craziest shit you could write. I shot 2 niggas. Riding through the gun, I shot 3 niggas. Putting up the stairs, I shot 5 niggas, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 11 niggas. One day, here I shot another nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the whole song. It's not expressing anything. It's not talking about anything. Even the niggas that were talking street shit, at least they had some solutions and the shit. You understand what I'm saying? Ice Cube, you go back to this old work, whether it's the day was a good day, you go over the drain or all them niggas, they were sneaking in shit, but niggas knew what they were talking about universally. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all making music that right now, if I had a cookout and there was kids around, you can't play that music there, 90% of it. So, like I said, I definitely wouldn't play Make Me Water. I wouldn't play that shit around my kids. Bitch, you out your mind? You understand what I'm saying? Nah. Let me tell you something. Ain't nothing worse than seeing a little girl start doing adult shit in front of you and don't nobody say shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because my grandmother's the last one. Sit your ass the fuck down. And let me catch you doing that shit again. Bow, bow. Then I here gyrating your motherfucking hips. You 4. That's how they learn bad behavior. I'm trying to tell you. So, and it happens subtly, but it'll happen right in front of your eyes if you ain't paying attention. And the boys too, watch them too. See them doing something that they ain't supposed to be doing. They're a little too young to be doing. Hit that little motherfucker. Too many people scared. Oh, look, it's so cute. It ain't cute. It ain't cute. That's why I'm a firm believer. If you a dude, be around the kids if you can. Even if they're adults now, be around them. Because your guy now is always got to be perceived as it's older than him. You understand what I'm saying? You might save them from hitting a brick wall and they didn't even know it. So I've always been in favor of men being around, even when my dad wasn't around ultimately like that. I still had, my mom got dumb brothers. So I was still around my uncles. My mom didn't allow us to play with the girls. She even saw us playing with the girls. They would stop us. That's enough. Ain't no boy supposed to be sitting with the girls that long. My uncle used to be like that. So maybe that's why I adapted it from. But these boys nowadays, they seem to want to join the women in conversations that you should not even be in as a man. You understand what I'm saying? Certain conversations for women that women should engage in, and there's certain conversations that men should be engaged in. And what I seen yesterday, including into today, was a whole bunch of men jumping online for every reason they possibly could, backing up wayward, lonely, single, baby mama bitches. Rihanna got 3 kids and she got her baby father with her. So some bitches, that burn them up when they got 3 kids by 3 different niggas. That'll burn a bitch up, boy. You want to get into a bitch's soul? Be a bitch that's happy ever after around a bitch that ain't happy ever after. You ain't never seen no evil like that in your whole entire fucking life. These bitches will sit there and pierce at you like they hate you. So yes, it makes sense to me when you got the majority of bitches is online because they got spare time. Majority of bitches is online. Of course, they're going to hate on A$AP Rocky. They're going to hate on Rihanna. They want to see them broken up. It's like they want to see Jay and Beyonce broken up. It's like they want to see Will, and even though they're a little justified in this, they want to see Will and Jada broken up. They want to see any black couple broken up, but you will not hear no pictures and cries. I wonder if Venus and Serena's husbands are abusing them or controlling them. When Venus' husband came in, this nigga was worth less than her. Y'all ain't have that conversation. But the conversation will be, well, ASAP Rocky's got less money than her. She better watch out. So she better not watch Venus and better not watch out for them two poor white boys they just married. Or the girl that got killed in Tanzania, what's her name, Janae, by that white dude? They all right? They straight though, right? They straight. I ran a reel on here, and I'll see if I can find it again. I think I got it in my thing. It was over 32 women that have been killed in the past 3 years from their white male spouses. There's another reel I got to play for y'all with Latina women that went through the same shit. I just found this one this recently. You understand what I'm saying? So what you really got is you got a whole bunch of bitches that's looking forward to trying to live a soft lifestyle. Let me tell you about bitches like that. Now, being somebody that was in the music business, and I'll show you some more pictures. I show them all the time, but I'll show you some more pictures in a minute. I've been around some of the most beautiful women you could fucking think of. I'm talking about printed models. You know what the difference between a printed model and a bitch like you to jump online and take pictures with your fucking iPhone or something like that? These bitches get paid. That's the difference. I come from a time when the girls in the video came from an agency. They didn't come from some random pop-ups and post-ups that you put on your shit. Let's go up on, and that's why y'all niggas need to stop doing that too. People with videos, y'all need to start going back to getting the agencies. Instead of putting the money, listen what I'm saying here. I want to say this real quick before I forget it. Instead of going to Instagram and all these, instead of going to Instagram and all these places or whatever the case may be to get your models for your videos or whatever, or the local hood rat trash or whatever, for the bigger artists, start using the agencies again. Because it'll uptick the quality again. We got raggedy broads in these videos. Somebody, oh, she's sexy. Big pot belly sticking out and shit. Nobody want to see your sandwich belly. Now, I just want to bring a little bit of decorum. You know what I'm saying? A little decorum. They want to see you broken up because most of these women that are in these situations where they're not the women that are good women, but the women that are hating online, they don't like relationships that are in the Black community that are healthy, or they seemingly are healthy, or somebody is happy. Most of these people that I see having this stuff, they're very unhappy. And if you click their pages after their names, you'll see a demonstration of how they're unhappy. You'll see a demonstration of how they have no accomplishments to brag about. Did you not just notice I always say the same thing? I worked for a record company for 17 years, and I'm still around record companies and people that work in the music industry and talk to people almost on a daily basis from multiple different labels. But you notice I had a story to tell. Now, those people that are so chastising about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna or any other couple, they were arguing in the van. Did you see them? They're trying to promote for them to break up, and they want your thunderous, loud applause behind them to encourage the rest of everybody else, like a chain reaction, to get them to break up. I say, fuck that. I say, fuck that. ASAP, put another baby in this broad. You heard me? Put another baby. Headed to the gym. She'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? That's your wifey now. That's your wifey now. You know what I'm saying? And, I don't know if they officially married. They might have got some secret engagement or whatever, but don't y'all two break the fuck up because these niggas telling y'all to break up. And I want to say something to Black population. What did you guys start embracing negativity so much? Oh, I know. From negative bitches. See, let me tell you something about a negative bitch. Oh, I know a lot about a negative bitch. A negative bitch can be the difference. A negative bitch entering the room can be the difference if the rest of that room has a good night. Doesn't matter if that bitch is black, white, polka dot, or whatever. A negative bitch entering that room will be the difference between y'all having a good night and a terrible night. Most of the chicks that I saw online that were negative, that were encouraging. Oh, I heard that, he's controlling it, because the homeboy that wrote that in here, what's his name? I forgot what's up. Where's he at? Where's he at? Oh, Zilla. Yeah. He cool though. He can stay here because I like certain niggas I with, and I let them stay here because I know they're on some real nigga shit. That's just how they feel. But it be certain niggas in here. I can smell a sucker from a mile away. You know what I mean? Trust me on that one. Especially when you've been around real niggas, you not smell a sucker from a mile away. So anyway, like I was saying though, a lot of these women that are online are some of the most nasty, belligerent people in existence. And they specifically don't go after nobody but black dudes, especially if they're in a relationship. Where do you think that's going to lead? If Rihanna ends up being a single fucking mama like many of y'all wanted to be, because Rihanna, make no mistake about it. Listen to me when I tell you this. Rihanna, don't you break up with ASAP Rocky. These hoes out here, they want to see you broken and lonely and without your motherfucking baby daddy. And this is just like them. They want you just like them. That's the whole key to this. You done made it out the, crabs in the bucket. You done made it out the bucket. These niggas are now coming out the bucket to bring you back into the chum bucket. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, no, you don't. I don't care if you got down the street. Get back in this bucket. This is the mentality of these motherfuckers. Why she get to have it and I can't? Why she get everything and I don't? Why she got a man and my baby daddy waiting for parole? Don't you think no different than these hoes? God made a commandment for bitches. I left this out the other day. No, I ain't talking about women. I'm talking about bitches. If you offended by that, fuck you. God made a commandment for bitches. You know what it was? It was against vanity. Vanity. Oh, man. There's some people say murder is one of the worst sins. Depend on what you're murdering a motherfucker over. You understand what I'm saying? There's some justified murders out there. Wouldn't y'all agree? Some justified murders out there. Like you fucking with little kids or something like that or whatever. Like I just saw this guy that they caught in California, ironically enough. You deserve possibly, if something happened to you, let's just say we ain't see shit. How about that? Is that fair? All right, cool. If you take some Vijay and the chick that told you to stop a couple times and you get to the prison and I don't know, they find you in your cell, beat the fuck up to the point you unconscious, I ain't see shit. That's what I'm saying. I might nigga a couple times myself. I don't recall these brain lapses I be having, Your Honor. So I don't remember nothing, Your Honor. Sure, I'll say it under testimony, no problem. What's your point? Still gonna be, no, I ain't seen shit. You know what I mean? But I got a little stigmatism in my eye, act up every now and then, especially when stuff is going on. So I was trying to get the stuff out of my eye. I thought I heard something, but I thought it was just the correctional officers walking back doing their rounds. I thought one of them might have had a cold or something like that. I thought I was hearing, so I just ignored it and went back to sleep. Yes, sir, Your Honor. Shit. And never have my records skirmish like that, nigga. Instead, you got women online nowadays, and I'm noticing this more and more and more. They're encouraging certain type of men for views and likes or whatever to turn on your own and hate your own people, especially when they have a successful relationship. I ain't never seen Rihanna and ASAP Rocky get caught up in tabloid bullshit, except for shit the niggas motherfucking bring up and make up on their own. You understand? And I keep trying to tell y'all, be aware, it's a new trend going on that you can lie about something, like put a narrative or a headline over top of a post. And then when people go to click the post, they're looking for the engagement and they get the full engagement counted to them. But at the same time, the engagement that you thought you was getting ready engagement ain't actually the motherfucking what's the name that you're getting. What they're selling is they're selling the narrative. And believe this or not, a lot of people, when they see posts, whether it includes ASAP Rocky and Rihanna or whoever, a good majority of people, they don't even listen to the video. They just go off the headline. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. A lot of people will just respond to headlines or whatever narratives have been typed over top of the video that they posted. That's why I call out people all the time. I say, did you actually listen to my video, or you just sitting here fronting and stunting like you listened to my video? You know what I mean? Because it's a big difference. Well, that's becoming a bigger problem because you got more people doing it. So by the time this had popped and people would say, well, Rihanna and him were in the car and they were arguing and and I'm like, they weren't arguing. I know, listen, I know East Side Harlem niggas is arguing. Right? If there's anything I got a specialty in, it's motherfuckers here in the New York City tri-state and their behaviors. You understand what I'm saying? But I was just saying, I'm very, very poised on knowing the behavior of motherfuckers from Brooklyn, but especially East Harlem or Harlem in general and the Bronx. And then the next one I say it definitely is going to be Queens. I am familiar with all four of those personalities before either one. I don't know people in Staten Island like that. I don't know people in Coney Island like that. But when it comes to Harlem, when it comes to the Bronx and the specific side of the Bronx, I don't be all over the Bronx. Like you 4-6 train niggas, I can't come over there. You know, shit, I can't come over here. It's in and out. Well, what time of the day you talking about? You got to be like John Wick out that motherfucker. It ain't safe. That's all I'm saying. Safety. You know what I mean? Anyway, listen. Only thing I'm saying is they wasn't arguing. And anybody living in the New York City tri-state, you know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna look at that as arguing. We know what arguing is. Like if they was really arguing and you got this crazy, like y'all don't understand. Rihanna is very poised in how she talks. Rihanna will tear a motherfucker. She from the Barbados, son. All them girls down them Guyanese girls, Barbados girls, y'all ain't girl, y'all mad. You see what I'm dealing with? Them girls, Jamaican girls, Trini girls, all that. And my bad mama rush it up. You don't think I'm bad girl, Riri? You understand? You don't know what I deal with, huh? I pop upon your yard. What I do? What I do? What I do? Huh? Nothing. So, the girl's gonna tear it up. You understand what I'm saying? Ain't gonna tear the whole. I done seen the Jamaican girl clear niggas out the club. Read my lips. Clean niggas out the club. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yo, did she just pull a pistol? Rihanna is one of the calm island girls until you get her to a level, and she will do something to you. I don't know. I never seen on camera do nothing to nobody. I never seen in person do nothing to nobody. But I'm telling you, I know the attitude. A$AP Rocky, he the type of nigga. This is the same nigga that said ASAP. You don't put no fear in my heart. Y'all don't know that boy. So that's a mistake y'all be making about us up here. Most of us like that'll do something to you. It always falls into one of three categories or all three categories. It's usually pretty niggas like us. Look at the nigga, the real 50 Cent. Not 50 Cent, the rapper, the real 50 Cent, where 50 Cent get his name from. He's a short, stout nigga that had 2 pistols and everybody in the projects was scared of him. You understand what I'm saying? If you talking about Fritz, you talking about even Supreme, you know what I'm saying? Who I ain't speaking on that, but you know what I'm saying. You talking about Pappy Mason, all these niggas, you'll find something that's in linear fashion. All these niggas are not fucking 6'6" and fucking Brawlic or whatever. All these niggas look like me and Rocky. You understand what I'm saying? Hey, that's one of them. Up here, all of them look like me and Rocky. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm telling you is, you got this fortitude in the back of your mind. You know, if you live in California, OG 20 times, 2 times came over here or whatever. He looked like Debo and from Friday. That's y'all gangsters. You understand what I'm saying? But the niggas that do shit out here, they most of the time look like me and Rocky. You know what I'm saying? This a little PSA. That's what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying I'm throwing that out as a threat or nothing like that or whatever. But this dude, same thing. Y'all don't know what Rocky grew up in. Rocky grew up in Harlem. You understand what I'm saying? Where the gunshots was going. You know what I mean? Like, for real, this guy's not pussy. So I just say I have a problem where now Black people are just particularly targeting certain situations that these situations are universal, meaning they affect everybody. And they're coat-telling us specifically this for Black people, sometimes going over the edge so far that they're chastising them more than white outlets are. I saw Black outlets. Oh, it's over. You know, they put that title right there. It's over for A$AP Rocky and Rihanna. No, the fuck it ain't. We ought to beat your ass for saying it was. I'm an avid believer. Some of these vloggers would stop talking the shit they talking if you put your hands on them. Somebody need to get beat the fuck up on camera, and everything, like at least 10 niggas need to get beat up on camera, and it needs to be in a sequestral role in a linear fashion. I'm dead serious. You want to change the game? This is what's going to change the game. 10 niggas that's the biggest loud mouths to be dishing out lies about people. We need people to beat their ass. And then you won't have shit like this. Now, see, I'm losing a couple people when I said that. I'm not a conservative vlogger. Sorry. Okay. I'm not one of these people that come on and put these like fake, because that's what they want to see. A lot of people, they want to see, you want to see this personality. Hi guys, how's everybody doing? Okay, great. Hi guys, all the Davinites are here. Please hit the like button. And all the Davinites, please make sure, nigga, you out your mind. I'll never act like that. You understand what I'm saying? I've never been like that on day one. I started this channel in the streets, bro. In the streets. Y'all niggas is now coming out in the streets. I was in the streets during the pandemic. I was in the streets before the pandemic. My entitlement that I do with this channel ain't got nothing to do with motherfucking no street shit. It's got to do with reality. And what I'm saying to you is, if you do not notice, these black crowds are somehow or another way more judgmental, way more bullyish, especially the women and the fucking men that follow behind them because they ain't got no place to live at. A lot of these niggas is, ladies, a lot of these niggas is agreeing with you because they ain't got an apartment to live in. Ain't nothing more agreeable than a nigga that ain't got a place to live at. Oh, that's an agreeable nigga right there, boy. Yeah, baby. Sure, baby. That's my girl right there. If you dig down, you ever get into it with a nigga, find out these three things. Do that nigga got, and this is optional. The first one is optional. If so many people put that as priority and then they can't really afford what they got and they start running into debt, and that's a car. A car is nothing but a debt that you jump into every day and pull off. That's all it is. If you buy a car that you are leasing, it is nothing but a debt that you are jumping into and smiling about your debt. You understand what I'm saying? That's all it is. I suggest anybody, especially you're youngin', make sure you go buy you a car. You can get a nice used car for $5,000, $7,000 or whatever. When you can afford at least $15,000 on your own, then you take 12,000. Well, don't take 12 because they might call the people on you. Take about 9. What's the most of them? They'll. I think the max without being taxed that much is about 9.4K. So take 9.4K. You understand what I'm saying? Let that be your down payment. Now you only owing out maybe 4,000 to 10,000. See, but the problem is sooner or later you're gonna run into this problem where you miss one of the payments, maybe 2 of the payments, maybe 3 of the payments. You understand what I'm saying? But you focus on paying 2 things. 1, catching up. Then 2, the next thing you end up doing is you end up paying what they call the interest. The interest will exceed what is called the principal, for those who are not familiar. So basically you paying more on the interest than you paying on the principal, which is what the car is worth of what's left. So your ass might be in debt. Let's say it's 10,000, right? You may now owe 16,000 because of the interest. See, it is simple numbers. So that's why it ain't a good idea to, because you can afford it. Don't go out here showboating for niggas and get your ass into debt. A lot of niggas go broke like that, bro. Trying to show. That's how rappers get it. Rappers like this nigga Young Buck. I'll give you an example. Young Buck. And I met Young Buck in Arizona when we was out in Tempe and Mesa for the All-Star game. I think it was like 2011. I can't say I don't like him, but I thought he did a bitch move when I met. I said, yo, Young Buck, can I get a picture with you? He said, nah. I said it just like that. I said, well, nigga, fuck you. And 3 of my other men said the same thing. I was like, nigga, fuck you. And he was with some fellas. He was walking right downtown Tempe, Arizona. And they was going over there. What's that shit called? The British Airways. I think it's the British Airways theater. It might be something else now. Center or something like that out there in Arizona. Shout out to Arizona. Mesa and Tempe. I've been out there. You know what I'm saying? I remember when y'all first had the trolley system out there. I was one of the first motherfuckers that rode it downtown. You know what I mean? But the funny thing is, man, and that was like 2010, 2011. It was somewhere around there when we was out there. Young Buck used to get cars. Renters. This will fuck you up too. He used to get a lot of renters, exotic renters to be specific. Now, this is a big thing in Cali, California, Texas, Miami, definitely, and somewhat here in New York, but not as much. You know what I'm saying? But somewhat here in New York. But really, where the population for that is down there. Let me explain to you. So what dude would do is he would get these exotic renters, rent the motherfuckers, and then they'll never return them. Or return them late. Not realizing, all right, well, nigga, that's still $800 to $1,200. Maybe in some cases, if you get a Bentley, that's gonna cost you like $1,500 a day. You understand what I'm saying? So on top of that, they make you do this insurance thing. I think that's an extra $300-400, something like that too. So what happens is you end up getting these renters, and a lot of niggas do that. Depends on your status or whatever. But I've seen it. They'll lease out jewelry, shit like that, and then your money is going into that. Now, if you a nigga that like Young Buck and you done took an exotic rental for 3 or 4 months or whatever, you might owe like, I don't know, 80,000 on that. You could have went and bought the car for 80,000, nigga. All that you had to do, if you gonna go pay that 80,000 that you owe them, all that you had to do was save up that money until you reach 80,000. But see, a motherfucker that ain't never had none, they not patient enough to do that. That's the difference. That was the difference between me getting into a condo and seeing niggas moving around me, driving motherfucking Beamers and shit like that, but they pulling up to the 4th floor of the fucking projects. That's the difference. So if I had to say anything to most of y'all, like I'm saving for something right now. If I was had to get into anything, I would tell y'all save your money. You understand what I'm saying? So you too can be happy like ASAP Rocky or Rihanna. And then you won't have to complain about why things are going so good for them and they're going so terrible for me. Then you won't have to say how I'm on baby daddy number 4, 5, 6, 7, and none of these niggas want to stay with me. You understand what I'm saying? You too can have that ASAP and that Rihanna life. But you got to believe in you, ho. You got to believe in you. I'm going to pray for you, hoes. You got to believe in yourself, ho. A lot of these hoes out here, they don't believe in themselves. You don't know? There's chicks out here be 25 years old talking about, yeah, I'm done. I done got my tubes tied. Huh? And then in the same sense, they'll be like, well, me and my kids come as a package. Am I going to get a package too? You know what I'm saying? You know, there's a lot of women out here that are miserable and they hide their misery. And they bring their misery and their bully tactics and everything else. Like, for real, I had something to say on Angela Yee's page the other day. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it, let's discuss it. So, a particular person in the music industry, I ain't gonna say your name on here, contacted me and said, why you say that about Angela Yee? I don't need Angela Yee for shit. Let me put that first of all. I don't need Angela Yee for a motherfucking thing. Or the rest of half of y'all motherfuckers where we used to need you. We don't need you no more. So some of y'all motherfuckers are left in this paradox. I see I lost 3 people because y'all know exactly who the fuck. I guarantee you they were here. I left a message on her page because I said, why the fuck do you keep promoting Meg the fucking Stallion? You see? And the reason I said that is not because of Meg the Stallion per se, or even how Meg the Stallion threw up that post. No, why I said that was because, bitch, you've been on here for a fucking week since this bitch put this shit out, and you could have played the part of, all right, I'm going to stay away from that till everything blow over. Nah, bitch, you was sitting up there. You was the new Meg the Stallion PR firm. And people give this bitch way more credit than she deserves. They give y'all them little nigga awards for journalism and shit like that. They might as well come over and pat you on the fucking head. That's what that award mean. Good job. You did everything we wanted you to do. Good job, Fido. Good job. I was so glad that one time when that nigga tried to go and put his hand over Jay shit. Jay went, the fuck off me. Get your white hands off me, nigga. I was so happy when Jay did that one. I never seen that clip at the basketball game. This nigga came behind Jay-Z. Jay-Z looked at him, he put his arm around Jay-Z. Jay-Z, get your white hands off me, nigga. It's the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, my point is, when they pat you on the head like that and give you one of them awards, you're excellent in journalism or whatever. That's to encourage you to keep on doing bullshit. You're doing a fine job. Now keep on kicking these niggas by. We need a gal like you. I mean, we need a woman like you. We need a bitch. I mean, we need a girl like you, Angela Yee, to be out here and make sure you produce all the rest of this bullshit. And y'all niggas that work with her, have worked with her. I'm talking to you niggas too, because that's why y'all fading out. Y'all want to get real into it? You go over to High 97 right now, that new intervention, that little y'all need a refab for the refab. I'm talking to y'all niggas too. If you really want to talk about it, right? You really want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. What's that nigga's name? Miro, whatever fuck. Yo, throw that whole shit away. Throw that whole shit away. This is coming from somebody from Bad Boy Entertainment, somebody that literally, y'all used to have revolt mics up there on Power 105. Y'all forgot about that? That shit sucks. That's a boat with a hole in it. Small hole, but it's slowly sinking. I've looked at the numbers of what's going on over there, at least on your YouTube channel. I ain't do the Nielsen's or the FC shit, but I looked at the numbers that y'all doing on YouTube prior to when Ebro and all them was over there, and it's significantly different. Fuck, I do more numbers than these motherfuckers sometimes. That's a God honest truth. I do more numbers than them in a smaller amount of time. This is literally a record. This is literally a radio station that has multi-million dollars back behind them. And the average podcaster does more numbers than they do on this shit. If you go over to Power 105, it's a little bit decent, but still at the same time, I know podcasters are doing better numbers than y'all. You understand what I'm saying? And how dare you say something to me when you motherfuckers used to talk every motherfucking morning with a Revolt TV mic in your motherfucking face. I wish you would say something to me. Now, this hoe, she was over there all last week. So about time somebody tell you about yourself, because you've been in a whole bunch of bullshit for years. And I know you're going to have one of those little quirky little, because that's the Asian to come out of you. Whenever she do that little quirky, and particularly, I think, all that shit, that shit sound like Charlie Brown. Wah, 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 wah. Bitch, I live in Connecticut. I live around white people that talk more articulate than you and are smarter than you. I don't give a fuck what you have to say or your metrics in life. Fuck your metrics in life. You take that little award that they... Good job, Angela. Good job, boo-boo. Motherfucker love that shit. I've never been into that shit. Fuck you. It's always been my attitude. And that's why I always end up doing the bosses, except versus doing the help. Fuck the help. I don't want to know the help. I want to know who the bosses are. Now, who signed the checks around this motherfucker? You're a worker. I bet you've been a worker for 25 fucking years. Worker. Oh, here. Now you a fucking a champion from a Sandry and fuck nigga shit. If you go watch her show, and I've watched it, if you go watch her show, it's some of the most nastiest, filthiest shit that she has conversations on. The correct way to use a vibrator. It's like a mix between an old bitch trying to be a young bitch. Who cares? I'm gonna go over there and get an interview. I don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Clip this shit up. So if we ever meet in person, you know I said it to you. You understand what I'm saying? And hold on, man. I know that's your girl and everything like that. It ain't about that. It's what the bitch was doing last week. She was promoting that Meg Thee Stallion bitch. Every chance that she got, she was trying to, it's called circumnavigation in marketing, right? We know it very well. So what you do is, say you got a story that's out, right? Like Meg Thee Stallion. She comes out and she says, follow me. Meg Thee Stallion comes out and she says, oh, my ex-boyfriend, he did this and not to me. He was terrible. All that shit, right? So now the narrative is out there, right? So somebody will come in, they'll speak against the narrative and what Angela Yee's purpose is to do, being a friend or however she wants to see it, or just being unilateral, the sisterhood and all that fucking quasi-lesbian shit. What she'll do is she'll start putting out fucking material to counter that. She doesn't have to say a word. She puts out material to counter that. Oh, Meg's performance on what the fuck was she in? Some type of Moulin Rouge shit or something like that. It was just phenomenal. And then all the other girls, they'll follow behind Angela Yee and they'll start doing the same shit. Oh, you bitches don't think I know, huh? Oh, I've been on to the sister. That's an old tactic. And you know who used to do that? White men used to do that to women when they made accusations. So once again, you borrowed from the oppressor and use that to oppress your own people. Oh no, I ain't got no respect for that hoe. I've been called that shit years ago. I said that bitch ain't about shit. I've been said this shit. I got a good nose for sniffing motherfuckers. That's why niggas ask anybody bad boy, they gonna tell you that nigga is like one of the most vocal niggas, because if he don't like you, he's gonna let you know he doesn't like you. I never liked this bitch. So it's not some this all of a sudden didn't like this bitch. No, I never liked this bitch. You understand what I'm saying? I thought she was fake. I thought she was phony. I think you were undercover. Y'all heard what Gucci Man said. I'm gonna leave it there. But anyway. Hey, French, what happened after that afternoon when you pulled off? Shout out to French Montana. French, what happened that day when you pulled off? You don't want me to get on some early Angela Yee rumors? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You wasn't the bitch getting patted on the head always, were you? Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. All right. I said, how dare you, bitch, sit up here and do all this PR shit for motherfucking Megan Thee Stallion when everybody and their mama know this bitch lying. And she just throwing up post after post after post, acting like I don't see this shit. I'm like, yo, everybody see this shit. What, to the point where guys is coming in the comment section and they asking the same question. Now, what they'll do is, which is a clever trick, when it's people like myself or other vloggers that point that shit out, the first thing they do is they come to a defense mechanism and want to deduce shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not the case. Bitch, you were taking up and trying to defend this bitch in a very, very slick type of way, which I can't give out the strategy because I don't want these motherfuckers to start doing it. But you did it very slick. And you thought an untrained eye doesn't know what they saw. I know what I saw. And you should be fucking ashamed of yourself for doing that. That bitch was lying just like that bitch Mila was lying on Stephon Diggs. And you covered that story too. We've got to stop guys letting these women, and I'm not trying to be a chauvinist and none of that shit. I'm putting in position what I'm saying. We got to stop letting women get online and defend bullshit. Megan Thee Stallion was wrong. That bitch that Mila, no, not Misa. She ain't nobody like Misa. Misa wouldn't do no bullshit like that. Even Misa, her and Mary J, they worked their shit out together. But I don't care for Angela Yee. So put it on record. I don't like that bitch. I've never liked this bitch. This is nothing new. I said back then she's a sneaky bitch. I could tell you about 3 or 4 other bitches that I said I didn't like. And lo and behold, you understand? Like, I give you a quick story. You want a bad boy story? I give you a bad boy story. So I was at the office this day when this happened. We had a lady, what was her name? Miss Jones. So back at the old office, y'all see me up at that one. That was the one that was Bad Boy Worldwide, right? Downstairs, Puff's sister used to work the door. You understand what I'm saying? Like, most motherfuckers ain't gonna know this, so you had to be there to know this. So most people, this is when we moved out of 1540 Broadway. We was across the street from the Ed Sullivan Theater over there. So we go over in that building or whatever. Miss Jones must have came up there that day. Now, Miss Jones was from Hot 97. She came up in the building that day or whatever, went back to Hot 97 and said, oh, the staff at Bad Boy treated me so terrible and the blah, 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 blah. And I was like, no, the fuck they didn't, bitch. And it was me and 2 other people that witnessed her. No, you just thought you were hotter shit than you actually fucking were. You got treated as accordingly as you were. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. Why can't people leave me alone? What do you mean, why can't people leave you alone? Ain't nobody bothering nobody. Niggas is just telling the truth. Bitches always want the truth until it come to them. Huh? Somebody wrote in the chat room, said, why can't people leave me alone? I know who that is, but I'm just asking the question. What makes you so special that we can't talk about you, but you could talk about everybody else? See how that feel? That's how them people that y'all talk about, that's what they say. Why can't people just leave me alone? But you in here talking about, why can't people just leave me alone? When they talk about you, that's the problem with these media personalities. It's all good until somebody starts talking about you. I don't like Angela Yee. There's a few of these other female media personalities that I don't like currently online and in major media. You understand what I'm saying? With major media machines backing them. And I don't think they should be online. I think the bitches that were sitting up there talking disgustingly about Rihanna and motherfucking A$AP Rocky talking about fucking, they're arguing with each other, which if TMZ ran that, TMZ got that from a black employee over there. There's black employees over at TMZ that specifically, and Latin employees that specifically look for nigga stories. When y'all wondering where all this shit come from, Harvey, don't get mad at me. They're getting it from blacks. Blacks and Latinos, they bring them stories like, we've got exclusive footage of A$AP Rocky arguing Rihanna, and we know the temperament of niggas in East Harlem. They don't argue with bitches. Not like that. Not like that. Not like that. What the fuck does he have to gain from a woman that's $1 billion cursing her out and she got 3 kids of his? Do you know what the setback is on that shit? Nigga, you better keep your ass over there with Rihanna. And she ain't bad looking. See, some niggas, they get stuck with a baby mama that's ugly. He got a fine ass baby mama. Niggas will never take that in content. Nigga, you better be glad you got a pretty baby mama. You ever seen that nigga with an ugly baby mama? And that bitch show up at court? Or you see that bitch out in public? Oh, God damn. And just fucked up as it may sound, the kids is actually decent looking. The kids is a representation of what she could have looked like. But anyway, back on my little Angela Yee shit, because I don't give a fuck if I lost a couple people or not. You're going to find very quickly about me. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit no more. Because what anything this shit right here taught me is number one. This internet shit has taught me one thing. Most of y'all motherfuckers that we knew from back in the days, y'all was always phony motherfuckers. A lot of y'all niggas we knew from back in the days was phony ass niggas. I'm gonna tell you why I know you're a phony ass nigga. You're a phony ass nigga because the conversations you have right now. Some of these conversations that some of these media personalities be having right now under the guise, and I want to say this very correctly. And Ebro, if you hear me on this, make sure you back me up somehow in your conversation. We could do a cerebral, you understand? I'll hear it. But anyway, my point is, when you under the mechanism of a major media, you can't express yourself or say whatever you want to say. There's tons of people that don't like fucking Angela Yee and some of these other fucking personalities, but because of relationships that they have, they never say anything about them. They let 10 years pass, 15 years pass, whatever. I'm not letting no more years pass. Some of you niggas are suckers. If you sit down with motherfuckers on a regular basis and you tell stories about people that you had been around for 10, 15, 20 years, and now in 2027, you want to 2026, you want to talk about those stories, I don't have no respect for you. I've never said, even there's been times when I like not broke, but I needed the money. And I've never said, all right, you know what, son, I'm going to sit down and do an interview with you now. And I've had tons of people ask me to do an interview. I got into a controversy with a nigga because he offered me $5,000 to sit down with him and talk. I had people left and right hitting me when the Puff trial was going on. Sit down and talk with us, to the point where I had one of my bad boy brothers have to make a whole conference call with us and say, hey, listen, man, I don't know how these niggas is coming or whatever, but listen, don't speak to none of these outlets. And it was specifically to me, and I ain't mad about it because they knew I was running the channel. You understand what I'm saying? But it's the truth. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna deny that. You know what I mean? But as it be as it may, a lot of the women in media are navigating the worst about men and potentially always bigging up the women. And this is why I try to tell you, there is a gender war going on in media right now, where every story that you hear about a man of color, it always has to do with deducing him. It always has to do with he's controlling her. Somebody wrote that in my chat earlier. Somebody else said he's manipulating. Why? Because he's a nigga. You sound like you just as racist as a KKK member or some shit like that. That's what that sounds like to me. That means you don't like their nuptials, their potential nuptials. You don't like the fact that he's a father. You don't like anything. You want to see them separated because that's your life. I was speaking about Angela Yee. That bitch ain't got no husband. All the different men that you dated, and nobody stayed with you. I'll let that sit. So anyway, listen. Kelly's still out here looking fatter than a motherfucker. Nobody wants Kelly's. Matter of fact, if you look at any of the older ilk of black and Latin women, nobody fucking wants them. And I'm not trying to be funny. Just look at all them bitches that's sitting out there that's fucking single, and they over, fuck 35, fuck even 40. Bitches is over 45 and single. Because nobody wants you. You're nasty. You're mean. I know if I fuck it up with you, I'm going to be on the fucking outlets every fucking where. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's you. You understand what I'm saying? So how come nobody wants to stay with these bitches that's over 45 years old? But the bitches is over 45 years old and they by themselves reporting on ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Oh, we got headline news today. What is it? ASAP Rocky and Rihanna was seen arguing. Well, bitch, you this man because you ain't got nobody to argue with. Who would you argue with? You can't argue with your, but y'all not peeping me. I'll do it again. ASAP Rocky and Rihanna were caught in the van arguing. And this is coming from the lips of a woman that don't have no kids, don't have, outside of your little media shit that you do, nobody gives a fuck about you. And then the second thing is, more importantly, you don't have a man, at least that you brought to the forefront in the same caliber as ASAP Rocky. But this is what most of the majority of bitches is pitching around. Oh, they're going to break up. And then what you have to do is you have to get into the cusp of these niggas. The reason you're saying that because you're unhappy. You're unhappy. And you want other motherfuckers to be unhappy with you. ASAP Rocky, you go home tonight and knock the brains out of Rihanna. Throw another one up in her motherfucking ass. I'm rooting for you, nigga. That's what you do. That's how you pay all her back. Well, guess what? What happened? She's pregnant again. I don't miss. Y'all don't understand the hustle. This woman is a billionaire of cosmetics. Maybelline. Baby, it's Maybelline ass motherfuckers. Rihanna shit out $100 bills. You see what I'm saying? She is an official billionaire. Just like Jay-Z, a billionaire. You understand what I'm saying? This woman can shit out $100 bills. Keep reference to that. The bitches that's talking about her struggling to get $200,000 for the next year. Let me see if I can go back into negotiations. I'm trying to get this extra $300,000. That'll cover the car and the mortgage for this year. That's how these niggas is talking. Y'all think I'm lying. I'm trying to tell you, I know these niggas. I worked in the music industry for 17 years. A nigga will, this is how they do it. All right. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. This is what niggas will do. Right? Somebody go get mad at me, but fuck it. This is what they do. They'll budget out, first of all, how much their expenses are for the year, right? So say your expenses, but I'm talking about on like a regular level. Like, let's say they make $5 million a year, right? So when they come into renegotiations, what they're thinking about is the shit they got to pay for, what they're thinking about their overhead and costs of travel and shit like that or whatever. So that's going to be one separate budget in itself. You understand what I'm saying? And one set of numbers. Outside of that, then it's a potential what they want to earn, but then they got to deduce that by whatever their state taxes are. You understand what I'm saying? Which can differ. You can go to Florida, be one setback, go to Texas, be one setback, or whatever. But after that first $1 million, no, actually, is it 100,000? It's either, yeah, well, I say $1 million. Million is where it really hits you. You feel it. When that first $1 million hit and they start doing them deductions for them taxes, and if you live in a state like mine, they do luxury tax because most of the people out here got boats or high-end cars. You know what I'm saying? So we're real, like, look that up if you want to. You'll see what I'm talking about here in the state of Connecticut. But that's two things that a lot of other places don't have. Luxury tax, I think Florida is the same way because they have boats and cars and shit like that. Wherever you find opulency, you usually go find a state that has some type of luxury tax. You understand what I'm saying? This is what it is. But for example, New York, for what I know, doesn't have one. You understand what I'm saying? For various reasons. But my point is, they budgeting all these things in the renegotiations. So once again, what you got is you got their budget for the year, what they would spend on traveling, flying, whatever. They're doing that with their accountant. Then it's actually what they potentially want to make. Then they're deducing the taxes that'll be taken out of that before they give a final number. The final number is, well, this is what I need added on with their expenses or regularly or whatever, because you don't want to go to work and you feeling like, okay, I got $3 million this year, but really you only made 1.2. After everything is paid for, the flights, and you have to have a trajectory and an itinerary really before you even go into for the next year and what you plan on doing before you even go into the negotiations, whether it's a radio contract, whether it's a music contract, or whatever the case may be. Those are the two most important things. How much I'm going to make and how much is my expenses overhead and how much of this I'm going to make if I can't get these numbers or these figures to bend in to the motherfucker. What's the name? How much am I actually going to make? I asked it for $3 million, but after all my expenses and the taxes, I only end up with 1.2. So you go in and you trying to negotiate for and start the numbers at like 5. Then they'll work it down. Okay, well, we can't do 5. Well, give me 3.5. Give me 3.5. I can at least budget 500,000. You understand what I'm saying? That's how I go. And anybody want to lie about it and say I'm telling a lie, test me on it then. Test me on it. Come, I'll leave the page open. Anybody that's in the music industry, see, a lot of these niggas scared of me because the shit I'm about the stuff I'll be saying to y'all, I edit a lot, and they don't want this shit out. And I don't want to be the etch nemesis of the record labels and none of that shit. Nah, I ain't trying to be that nigga. You know what I'm saying? We just waiting for Capo to come home. We don't do it like that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, he'll be home in a minute. Might be sooner than you think. But now I don't fuck with Angela Yee. Nah, and I don't fuck with a lot of these other black chicks. Angela Yee used to be about something. Now you out here defending Megan Thee Stallion, and you know that bitch is filthy. Niggas out here promoting and defending Mila, the bitch that lied on Stephon Diggs. Bitch, know that bitch is foul. and nobody calls her out. You see? So I'm not with all that. So concluding, I'm gonna get up on off of here, but concluding what I was saying though, just this. Number one, I ain't talking down about ASAP Rocky and Rihanna. Y'all continue doing what y'all doing. We love y'all. You know what I'm saying? And by my heart, New York City tri-state shit. That's for one. Number two, Tyla, tell your fans over in Africa to shut the fuck up, bitch. Or they gonna have you in some bullshit. You not that. I can just tell by the way you were sitting in that corner. You not that established of an artist to have your crowd go up against Rihanna, an international star. You understand what I'm saying? Bitch, in other words, this is like going up against Jennifer Lopez. This is like going up against Madonna. You're not gonna win this shit. You understand what I'm saying? This is like going up against Beyonce. You're not gonna win this shit. You understand what I'm saying? And if anything, what they're gonna say is what I've seen before. Y'all ready for it? Tyla, listen to me. You're not Beyonce. You're not Rihanna. You're not any of these girls. And what's going to happen to you is something I've seen many a times. And a lot of people in my fucking music industry going to get mad at me for saying this. Hey, Joey, yeah, cut that bitch mic. Yeah, that one. Hey, Joey, what? Cut that bitch mic. And then it's all over. What happened to Tyla? Anybody see Tyla? That's what happens, man. You don't have to believe me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you don't believe me. But what I'm trying to tell you is Tyla, I think that's what her name is. Tyla, stay the fuck out of these conversations. And especially tell your crowd in Africa that, listen, y'all got to shut the fuck up. Y'all about to ruin a opportunity of a lifetime sitting there talking about Rihanna. You're not going to win this one. You're cute. That little, bubblegum song you had, make me smile, make me water. That shit ain't got nothing against, blah. You can't beat that shit. I can't even do that shit right. You get what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I can't even do that shit right. But you're not reading Rihanna's, brother. Nah, you play that shit in the club. Listen, I put something on it. Play their songs back to back, and you be nigga sitting over in Africa. I cannot believe this. Hold on. Nigga sitting over in Africa right now. I cannot believe the disrespect from Rihanna. You hear what she said about Tyla. Tyla is one of the best in South Africa. I cannot believe that they have said this is a travesty. This is a travesty. I cannot believe that they have disrespected Tyla like this, especially from the Rihanna in the ASAP Rocky. This will not be taught in the spirit of Johannesburg and South Africa, because that's where she's from, Johannesburg. We cannot have this in Joburg. You understand? Now do something about this. Meanwhile, over in Africa right now, them motherfuckers over there acting a fool. Some of it justifiably. But Tyla, won't you speak up on some of the atrocities that's going on over there in South Africa right now, specifically in your district of Johannesburg? Like Johannesburg's local citizens going around extracting what they call foreigners that are actually black Africans from Kenya and Tanzania and what's the other place? What is the other one? Nigerians specifically. If y'all don't know it, I might do an expose on it later. In South Africa right now, where Tyla is from, they have a problem with people coming from different parts of Africa, and they're coming there and setting up businesses, things like that, or whatever. And there's been a lot of friction because they're kicking these people out. They're forcibly beating them up, or whatever. And then the argument that a lot of people have is, well, you don't have the same vigor for white South Africans. Now, if you look at Tyla very well, you'll notice one thing: she's very fair complected, which allows me and makes me think that she has some type of white in her, which is not uncommon because F.W. de Klerk, if y'all don't know y'all history, was in South Africa for the longest, the British. Each one of the continents, this is the thing when I always hear, that's why I don't argue with niggas that are brown too much. Because if you're from the Latin Caribbean, or you're from Latin America, you're from Brazil or whatever, or you're from Africa, everybody's been colonized. Meaning specifically from these groups, the Dutch, the French, you know what I mean? All these different, and this is why you speak their languages. How the fuck do you speak an Eastern European language from Spain in this part of the hemisphere? It's Eastern European language from Spain. And they come and they take a whole bunch of indigenous Indians and everybody else, take their language from them and teach them how to speak Spanish. And if you need an example of this, I point everybody out. Go watch the movie Apocalypto, done by Mel Gibson. And at the very end of the movie, there's a scene, right? And it's these two warring fractions of Mayan Indians fighting in Peru, right? I believe it was Peru. As they stopped fighting in mid-battle, and I'm talking about they had some heat. This nigga done killed Deuce, girl, and everything. They stop in mid-battle fighting in their traditional outfits. They don't have on Mesopotamia. They have on like feathers on their head. They have the garb of Indians. Indico. Entonces, Indio. Mayan. Aztec. You know what I mean? Iroquois. Fucking Taino. Indian people. You have these people and they stop fighting in the mid because they see Spanish conquistador ships with the crest of Queen Isabella, who was 14 fucking years old when she took the reign. If you go to the Dominican Republic right now, they have a plaque of Dominguez, I think that's his name, and it'll say dedicated from the German Dominican friars. Go look that up. The word Dominican itself comes from an order of Europeans, the German Dominican friars. Now, see, you're not going to get this information unless you talk to older Latinos. Latinos you have now, all the Latinos and all the blacks, and it seems like a whole bunch of other minorities, they all want to project like they're white but come from urban backgrounds. That shit pisses me off. I'm like, nigga, I grew up around that shit. Don't nobody around me talk like that. Everybody that I ever grew up with, there was Italian and Greek. You know why they always liked me? Because I always talked my fucking self. My grandfather was like this. I always spoke my mind. Learn how to speak yours. Learn how to be yourself. And it comes more equipped in this pride and shit like that. Nobody gives a fuck about your pride. Fuck your pride. I'm not even talking about the Africans over there because it seems like to me that the way of the order of things is I can't oppress white people. Oppress. That's OPPRESS. I can't oppress white people. So what I'll do is I'll oppress my own people or people that look similar to me or a group that I project is down below me. Well, that makes you a fucking coward and a pussy. Because without you saying it, what you said is I'm too scared to take on the whites. So I'll simulate myself to them and bend down and kiss the cheeks. Matter of fact, give me some Vaseline. You can have it. So no, I don't respect no mother. You know how many times I've ran across people like that the first thing they do based on the way I look, the way I dress, the way I talk or whatever, first thing they want to do is prove to me that they got more going on with me. And it only takes me, only thing I got to say is, yo, I worked in the music industry for 17 years. That usually ends the conversation. Or I say, hey, I went to college. That usually ends the conversation. Or I say, if you've never seen $100,000 at one time of your life, that ends the conversation. But they'll be in these pretend modes, and that's what a lot of these motherfuckers do. That's in media and everything else, and specifically the urban media aspect. They pretend that they come from a background that they don't. You don't come from the same background or lived in the same background as us, currently or past tense. So would you stop and do us all a favor and act your fucking self? I'll give you another example of coward shit. This motherfucker Chud, the builder or whatever, Chud the booger, whatever the fuck that fucking fucknut's name is. Good job, academics, going after this motherfucker too. I appreciate you. Somebody gonna kill this. And you too, Myron. Somebody gonna kill this nigga. It's just a matter of time. Somebody gonna kill this motherfucker. Because he's running around with a gun on him and running up to people purposely calling them niggas. Now, there's some real niggas ain't ran up on him yet. That's all it really is. That one real nigga that's like, yo, you know what? Fuck it, I'll risk it all. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't run up on him yet. But my point is, he's ran up on so many people, and I got to ask this question. You understand? Because I hear Tariq Nasheed over there be talking the most about this FBA and all this shit and blah, blah, blah. We're going to take over America and all these tethers or whatever. Well, here's a motherfucker on your own soil right now where the FBA at, nigga. Go handle that. You out here pulling guns on black dudes. Go handle that. Go handle that. You and the FBA niggas, go handle that. They ain't. They're going to let this motherfucker keep moving around and ain't nobody going to touch him. It shouldn't be no argument. First time that nigga said an N-word, blast that nigga in his leg. That's it. So see, I'm calling y'all out too, because y'all niggas sit around all day talking about this tether shit, all this shit. Da, da, da. And this nigga running around calling you a nigga to your face and you ain't doing nothing, you weak motherfuckers. And I told you they would. That's why I back up what I say. That's how I back up what I say. Y'all ain't done. Tell me somebody that does something to him. Go ahead, I'll wait. Come on, where y'all FBA niggas at? I'll wait. Where y'all FBA niggas at? Because y'all think y'all slick. Y'all think this gonna get under my watch, off my watch? Nah. This Chud the Builder dude has been running around intentionally starting arguments, calling people a nigga to his face, because I guess he's trying to prove, and he's going around fucking with kids. That's the thing about it. He's going around fucking with kids. These are kids most of the time. He don't go fuck with no real niggas like that. He going around fucking with kids and young people and shit like that. What you gonna do? You gonna chimp out, nigga? Da, 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 da. Ain't one motherfucker shot this nigga yet. But if it was somebody black and it was another black person or whatever, they would have aired this motherfucker out for the disrespect. But y'all won't do something to this nigga? Y'all won't do none of this nigga? Where the FBA at? Where y'all at? Huh? Y'all got all this vigor to be. I saw, because let me tell you what I mean. I saw the nigga Tariq Nasheed, and when he reposted the shit on his page and gave his little nigga quotes. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I don't trust niggas. And it's no disrespect, B. I don't hate you or nothing like that. I just call it for what I call it for. You understand what I'm saying? But being a nigga, see, this is the problem with duty. See, you got to understand, this is the problem with leadership. This is why I never elect myself to be a leader of niggas. You understand what I'm saying? I'll do some leading, but I never promote myself and proclamate myself as being a leader, because with leading comes responsibility, Tariq Nasheed, and duty. Your duty expands beyond putting up a fucking post about this nigga. We got 30 niggas posting about this nigga. I'm saying, where that motherfucking FBA army you talking about when you talk about all this liberation? We're going to take over America with your fucking words and books. With your words and books. That's how you plan on taking over America. Well, you got, you know what's going to happen with the reaction to this, and Tariq Nasheed and none of them FBA niggas get it? The reaction that's going to be with this Chuck the Builder nigga is he's teaching people that you could do this type of behavior, ain't nothing going to happen. This is why I keep trying to tell y'all, yo, Tariq Nasheed, I ain't got no problem with you personally, homeboy. I don't want to do nothing to you or nothing like that. But you got to understand, with leadership comes responsibility and duty. There should be 30 motherfuckers already on hand to deal with situations like this already. There have been 30 motherfuckers on hand, regardless of what that little broad said, Janae or whatever her name is, got killed in Tanzania. It should have been at that motherfucker's doorstep the other day. Now, I hear all that FBA shit y'all be talking, and it's cool. You understand what I'm saying? But your niggas is starting to look a little pussy. That's all I'm saying. It should have been vans pulling up looking for this nigga. Y'all heard the niggas in Tennessee. Where y'all from? We from down here in Massachusetts. We rolled down here. You understand what I'm saying? Where y'all from? We from Miami, nigga. We bought the motherfucking AK. We got 3 clips. Where this nigga at? Everybody mask up. He run up on somebody else. Yo, he down here. Drop that nigga. What the fuck is the problem? This is one motherfucker. I've seen this nigga walk up to 7 or 8 people and niggas just scared him. You know why? Because they're scared of white men. That's why. Or the FBA. Now, he ain't going to run up on a Huey Q. He ain't going to run up. Let me tell you the difference between the FBA and real niggas. He ain't going to run up on a Huey P. Newton Gun Club. He ain't gonna run up on them. He ain't gonna run up on the niggas from Ohio. He ain't gonna run up on them. Them niggas that ran the KKK out of Ohio. You ain't seen them niggas down there in Cleveland? Shout out to y'all. This FBA shit is looking kind of sus and soft. And it looks like none of y'all niggas are nothing but potentially nothing but professional typers and professional reposters. No, that ain't leadership, nigga. Leadership is getting out here on the motherfucking boots and pulling your gun out, nigga. Fuck y'all doing? Huh? You think Chud the Builder is going to pull up on motherfucking Tremont Avenue? Pull on up here. That's going to be the last live you see of that nigga. It's going to be the last live you see that nigga. I guarantee you, if I point out a spot and I say, come over here, it's July the 3rd. I want you to come over here with your one gun, and I want you to repeat what you say to them niggas. Repeat it. Go ahead, repeat it. Throw that nigga in East New York. Go ahead and say what you said right now. Throw that nigga in motherfucking, what's the name, in Q Guard, anywhere in New York City that's rough, they'll blast that nigga. Chicago, same thing. Drop him off in motherfucking over there in Miami Garden and see if he say that shit over there. No, you saying that in Knoxville, and I hate to say this, but Memphis with the murder rate y'all got down there, y'all killing everybody but this nigga. There should be 20 niggas driving over from Memphis right now. Where at now there, shorty? Where at now there? There should be 30 niggas driving over from Memphis right now. Look, see how niggas is peeping up out here because they know they scared. That's why I don't talk to niggas no more, dog. Y'all letting this motherfucker run around, but y'all gossiping about Rihanna and ASAP Rocky, but y'all ain't gossiping about this nigga. So where the FBA at on this nigga? This is the 5th time I called y'all out. So either y'all got to put in some work or shut the fuck up with that FBA bullshit, because it means nothing. If you ain't out here, you ain't rectifying problems or whatever, get the fuck out the way so we can start highlighting the Huey P. Gun Club. That's all I'm asking. Some niggas that will do something. Some shit, niggas is made up of ex-military veterans and shit like that. That's what we need out here. Because that's the type of motherfucking war that's getting ready to happen out here. And if you pay no attention, if you don't pay attention to it, go to Chuck Builder's page or whatever, what you're gonna find 240,000, 300,000 views. And all through it is fucking comments from all these poor white trash motherfuckers who might be doctors, who might be nurses, who might be any profession you could think of in the United States right now. And these motherfuckers are up under this racist motherfuckers type line saying whatever. I saw one motherfucker right in his chat room, and I swear to God to, go ahead and shoot that nigga already. This is what he said. I go to the page of where the motherfucker is over there on Kick, and it's just filled with this little small ass demure man. Because a lot of them that talk that shit, they're scared as fuck too. What you think? I was letting the poor white trash off? Nah. A lot of you poor white trash motherfuckers that talk that shit, you scary as fuck. Now I admit there's a couple motherfucking shooters in between y'all, but it ain't this scary motherfucker. This nigga ain't no hitter. This nigga's one of them niggas that keep a gun with no bullets in it. And if he do got a gun with bullets in it, he hoping ain't no shit, some shit ain't gonna happen. He one of them niggas. I'm just hoping some shit don't happen. You know what I'm saying? The fuck out of here. He don't want nothing to happen, trust me. I know motherfuckers. Like I can smell them. You understand? He hoping don't nothing happen. And y'all ain't picking up on this shit. So the only thing I'm saying is, instead of going after Rihanna and motherfucking ASAP and hoping they break up and making that headline, how come Power 105 ain't talking about Chud the Builder? How come High 97 ain't talking about Chud the Builder? How come the only person that's talking, I was talking about this nigga a week ago, how come the only person of rhetorical respect that's talking about this motherfucker is DJ Academics? Anybody got an answer? I want to say, and my man over at, I forgot what that shit is, the media channel, whatever, he talked about him. I just started following him like a year ago, so I forgot what your name is fully, but he was over there talking about it. Guy, he's a blogger. I respect him because he has he don't curse like me and stuff like that, but he got a lot of perspectives I do. I'm not saying that the FBA is shit. What I'm just pointing out to you is y'all niggas are starting to look soft. You're going after Africans that can barely afford to eat anything, or they copying your what do they say, copying your clothing and their tethers, and they're speaking. That's a group of individuals, dog. You think the whole fucking country think like that? That's like going down to Cuba and be like, oh, everybody down to Cuba hates black people. When it's made up of basically black Cubans all throughout fucking Cuba. That's like going down to Colombia and saying, yo, Colombia hates black people, when there's a whole fucking town and almost a damn near city of blacks. There's a black vice president that's a female. That should satisfy you. You worship females so fucking much. You go to Venezuela. Venezuela has a huge black population. So what I'm saying to you is, you're sitting up there, you purposely day after day after day after day after day after day reposting this FBA niggas, reposting this tether shit. But these are people at one time, your own heroes back then. When I say again, a shot of Shakur was hidden by Fidel Castro to the point that Fidel put his own fucking country at risk to hide her. And she died in Cuba, a free woman, after she escaped from jail in Jersey. This is Tupac Shakur's godmother. Many of the other Black Panthers that was fighting for black liberation, you'll find in their charters, the first thing they said was liberate the people from Colombia. Where are the Israelites when you talk about the 12 tribes, huh? See, the mistake y'all niggas made is y'all got off the corners. I don't know who scared y'all off the corners, but I need y'all to get your books back outside. I'm talking to Sonetta, ICP. I ain't talking to y'all because y'all still be outside. I love what y'all do. Y'all teaching your men how to fight, how to combat and defend themselves and everything else. I appreciate you. I salute General Sansi as always. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about the other motherfuckers, these FBA niggas and all this shit. These niggas are decadent niggas that just want to be held in the same accord as white people or get white acceptance to me. And you're not of any attribute. You're not of any motherfucking like benefit to people in a whole. You're not. It's just a symbolic shit. And that's why I keep trying to tell niggas be more on the symbolic shit than they be on real shit. You understand what I'm saying? Real shit is right now, there should be 3 niggas that's ex-military or something like that or whatever. And if that nigga come out with his one lone gun and there's 6 motherfuckers out there, what do you think this nigga is, John Wick? He gonna hit everybody? So what you scared of is the question. You mean that you got vigor and you violent only with black Spanish niggas, only exclusively, but you never violent with this cracker-ass cracker that's running around in your neighborhood calling you out your name and telling you to shoot you with a gun and y'all scared of him. Y'all make me ashamed like a motherfucker, you soft, docile motherfuckers. And what did I tell you? I said, stop, and I'll say this again. I said, stop letting these people on these what's the names, and I'm talking to the men specifically. You will not win if you're sitting around and you're acting like a docile, soft motherfucker that wants to hang out with the girls. Bitches don't even respect that. So when you're sitting around, you're like, well, can't we just talk it out? That's too emotional for me. Those are the words of bitches. Men get mad. That's why there's 2 fucking wars going on right now in the Ukraine and fucking Israel versus whatever the shit's going on over there. That's why there's 2 wars, because men get mad and they fucking kill each other, and they always have. Don't you come tell me about being emotional. When you fucking fall into that fucking trope of bullshit, what happens is you become more docile. And that's what they did. They, in the 80s and the 90s, and like some of these guys saying, in the early 2000s, you had niggas up until 5 years ago that will whoop on you if you said the smallest little thing of that Chud the Bull the niggas here. In the past 7 years, they have cultivated men to being so docile and following behind these fucking women that the niggas are almost talking like women. So at the point where somebody broke into your fucking house, these bitch ass niggas gonna be sitting over there crying with the girl. Please don't hurt us. Help us. The fuck you mean? So like I said, what you got to start doing is, man, go hang with your uncle. All right? Your uncle that used to be in the Navy or used to work up there at the plant or some shit like that, go hang with your motherfucking uncle. You understand what I'm saying? Tell him, teach you how to shoot. I know how to unload a gun, clean a gun, change the chamber, change the pen on the motherfuckers because of my uncles in there. All of them were military guys. I went to fucking Shriners meetings when I was younger with my uncles and all of them or whatever. Know all those guys. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them are passed away, but a lot of them are still alive, just like my uncles, my mom's brothers and shit like that. I still know those guys. So it's like, I never came from a group of men that was some soft-ass fucking men. And I'm not talking about going out here acting like a literal dumbass tough guy either. What I'm saying is, you guys are so feminine nowadays, the majority of you, that if somebody broke into your fucking house, you wouldn't do anything about it. And there's this movement to try to eradicate masculine men. Have you ever noticed that? Like if you act too masculine, you got bitches that will sit in little areas and they'll be like, that's too much. He can't talk like they try to regulate how a man can talk. Mind you, they'll have the attitude of the women is, I can say whatever I want to. Now, the world don't work that way. That's why I'm quick to say fuck a bitch. And always will. Always will. I'll say fuck you bitch in a minute. You understand? Because I understand the game that's being played here. So if this Chud the Builder nigga can run around and hop in y'all face or whatever, and I want to specifically take the time out to acknowledge something. Let me tell you how deep it go. There was these black girls that he said that shit around, right? And you know what the black girl said to him in return? Oh, it's okay. We fuck with you. These are the same bitches that's trying to make you docile. I want you to hear that one more time. In that Chud the Builder's series of different videos, I'll find a video and put it up. In a series of videos, it's going to be one time that he stops these girls in Tennessee. Tennessee, y'all taking an L right now. He stops these girls in Tennessee or whatever, calls them the N-word out their name, or whatever. The girl say, oh, it's okay. We fuck with you. Black dude would have went up and called them some bitch. Hey, what's up, bitch? Nigga, don't be talking to me like that. Don't disrespect me. They look at you in a different light, more racistly, and they don't even realize they're more racist than a racist white man will. Racist white woman will. Your own. I keep trying to tell y'all that it's not whites that you got to worry about. It's the reactions and actions of niggas. Niggas are inviting this shit. Bitch, did you just say it's okay we fuck with you? We should all be now finding out who this bitch is and get La and Riri and all them girls over there, send them over there and let them handle their business. Riri, whoop some sense in that bitch real quick. Fuck you talking about it's all right, we fuck with you. Them bitches should be excommunicated. Now, if I had done some shit like that, it'd be circulated all around the internet. Look what he did, look what he did, look what he did, look what he did. But a bitch come out, a group of bitches, to say, it's okay, we fuck with you, tried to build to call us some more niggas. Why? Because they hate men that gave birth to them. They gave life to them. They don't like their uncle. They don't like their daddy. They don't like their brother. They don't like black men. And I keep trying to tell y'all that, and I keep pushing that. You seen it with the Janae bitch that got killed over in Tanzania. You seen it with the fucking shit that I showed y'all with the reel of 32 women on there. And then I forgot to quote the text on it. It was like many of these women, and it said it right underneath it, that same post. It said many of these women show their disdain for black American men, and they didn't want to date them or whatever. At the end of the day, I'm black and I'm Cuban American. Yo soy negrito ahí. I'm black and Cuban. I'm always going to be looked at as a black man. Like it's nothing to it, and I embrace that shit. But I'm just like, because I'm not a fool. So I'm just like, why are you sitting there, right? You get what I'm saying? Why are you sitting there? And as a black woman, you sitting there talking about, yo, we fuck with you. It's okay. You're encouraging motherfuckers to do this further. So say you have a son, and now that motherfucker comes and does that to your son. You cool with that? This bitch need an ass whoop. All four of them little bitches that was in that video, y'all need your ass whoop. So you won't do it again. Don't you ever say, it's okay, we fuck with you. We need to fuck you up over that. Go get Riri, Mimi. What Lee said? Oh, she braiding hair? Tell her after she finished putting them cornrows that nigga hair, come over here. I need to holler at her real quick. Yeah. So I got something for her. That's how you do that. You know what I mean? You don't sit around and let niggas do that or whatever. So that's why I said, where the fuck the FBA at? So listen to you FBA proud niggas. If y'all ain't going to handle this, nigga, shut the fuck up talking to me. I don't ever want to hear one of you FBA motherfuckers. If you ain't hopped on a plane right now, you can get to Tennessee for about $30. If you ain't, I checked. You understand what I'm saying? If y'all ain't flying to Tennessee, y'all ain't got a caravan headed over to, listen to me very carefully. If your motherfucking FBA proud ass, if your FBA proud ass ain't in a plane, you ain't in your car, and you headed to Tennessee right now with the on you, shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear nothing about you fucking feel how you feel about me, how you feel about tethers, or none of that shit, because you look real pussy right now. Ain't none of y'all niggas went down to Tennessee and handled this nigga? Y'all look pussy. But y'all ready to drop a nigga if a nigga walk through the wrong neighborhood. Y'all ready to drop a nigga if he say the wrong thing or look at you funny. But this nigga called you a nigga right to your motherfucking face and y'all do nothing but make posts. Come on, Tariq Nasheed. I expect more from you. I expect more from your FBA crew. And y'all still up here making up mean. This tether. Same thing with South Africans right now. South Africans, they want to kick out other Africans, but you never kicked out none of the white South Africans that were there after F. David Clark left. But y'all want to kick out niggas now. This is an international consciousness that must be ripped. Your likeness to want to be next to white is dumb. You're not part of their culture. So why are you sitting there? That's like, I see niggas, like, especially a lot of light-skinned Latinos, even on the island, light-skinned Latinos will always try to liken themselves to white people. And I'm like, you do realize that you're not white, right? I'm talking about like in the sense of DNA structure. You're not Aryan. Blonde hair, blue eyes. That's Aryan blood. And that's how they recognize it, Aryan blood. You're not blonde hair and blue eyes. In fact, if you take your shirt off, man or woman, I guarantee you, your nipples are either brown or black. Which one are they? So when I say this respectfully, Stop all that fucking FBA shit if y'all niggas ain't putting in no work with this Chud the Builder nigga. Stop all this tether shit if you ain't handled that Chud the Builder nigga. Because any of this real FBA and a lot of y'all niggas is part of ex-military and shit like that, y'all would have went down there and at least put the fear of God in that motherfucker. Where he wouldn't have walked up. Because if he'll do it to you, he'll do it to your kids. Y'all don't understand the stakes here. He'll do it to your kids. He'll encourage other motherfuckers to now be doppelgangers of Chud the Builder. And they'll do it to your kids. They'll do it to your friends. They'll do it to your grandma. And they might be more vicious. I told you I saw somebody in this chat room and they was like, just go ahead and shoot that nigga and kill him. There are people in Chud the Builder's chat room that are encouraging him to assassinate and kill one of y'all motherfuckers. And you FBA niggas are worried about a motherfucker dressing the same way as you. Talking about, look at this tether, take your pussy ass over there and do something. This is not a war of words. This is not a war of the dictionaries. This is not a war of sarcasm. This is a physical war. And if your pussy ass ain't ready for a physical war, get the fuck out, because that's what that nigga's announcing. The guys, I'm out of here. I could do a little bit more, but like I said, I don't sit here. I've been here longer than I need to be, and ain't no donations for me, so I'm out of here. But I appreciate all y'all. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you like, hit the Cash App, hit the Super Chat, which most of y'all won't or whatever, because the shit I talk, most people don't like it, believe it or not. But I appreciate y'all that was here. ASAP Rocky, make sure you hold your head. What's going on, Harlem? Rihanna, make sure you hold your head. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all stay together. Matter of fact, ASAP, hit up again. You know what I'm saying? To the people that was here earlier, I appreciate y'all hitting the like button, all that stuff or whatever. It's much appreciated or whatever. My birthday's coming up in less than a couple of days. So if you guys want to, there's a link in the description box. I can hit the Cash App up, show some love or whatever. I want to go out and have it. Like I'm gonna play my little piece. I want to go out this year and have a nice dinner. I want to fucking spend my day doing whatever the fuck I want to do, whatever. If y'all help that make happen, I appreciate it. Now I'm gonna make it happen anyway. But for some reason or another, that's another divisive thing that goes on. The girls are more supported than the guys. You understand what I'm saying? So there's so many layers to this shit or whatever. I wish I had the opportunity and I was financially compensated enough through super chats and everything like that, like most vloggers are. But instead, I get a group of people for some reason or another that are like voyeurs, weirdos, perverts. And from what the demographics is telling me, 80% of the people that listen to me are men. You understand? So I know the shit that I'm saying is honest shit, is real shit or whatever. And like, it is what it is. I said what I said about Angela Yee. I saw what the bitch was doing. She was promoting Megan Thee Stallion all fucking week long, trying to counter what people obviously have seen. I will never respect that bitch for that. I ain't say I don't respect her. I just say I will never respect that bitch for that. Because this is now the second. Angela Yee is a grounds-formed fucking feminist. Okay? There's no doubt about it. Most of the bitches that sit with Angela Yee are fucking feminists as well. You ain't hear me? I'll say it again. Angela Yee, from my opinion, from demonstration, has shown that feminism, like a lot of other black women and Latin women and white women, that feminism holds supreme. Gender holds supreme. And everything else, fuck it. It's just in the way. That includes men. You understand what I'm saying? We're headed to a trajectory where most of these women, at the end of the day, I say about 2035, most of them are going to be lesbians. There's already a trajectory that says by 2040, most of these bitches are going to be alone. Now you go look up those demographics for yourself. But I can't see myself just keep on continuing to try to talk this shit like I'm talking right now, because I started out my page talking like this and I never got blessed. I've gotten the total opposite. Niggas wishing me doom and gluttony and shit. You know what I'm saying? So like last year, my birthday, niggas were laughing. Ha, you didn't get a donation for your birthday. Then the year before that, you didn't get a donation. And it was like, it was unprompted. I ain't saying nothing wrong or whatever. That's just how they get down. So I'm like, use that energy for that Chud the Builder nigga. Go kill that nigga. You understand me? Go do that. You know what I'm saying? Go take that bid. You understand what I'm saying? Because y'all niggas out here killing other niggas. How come ain't nobody touch this nigga? This nigga done ran past 30 motherfuckers, ain't nobody tapped him. And they'll get mad at you for saying that to them. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how they think. They will get mad at me. Look at me. They'll get mad at me for telling them that and say, don't donate to that nigga. Don't support that nigga. Right? But they won't go check that nigga. Let that sink in your head. So that's why I said, like, I talk to black folks. I encourage whatever. I'm not going to sit down with white people and talk against you. But I'm not stupid enough to think that you got my back. You understand what I'm saying? I've seen that 3 or 4 times now. I'm not stupid enough to think you got my back on nothing. No, I get into something, I got to call the hermanos or the few black people I do know. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. Entonces, sabes, salud, a la griega ahí. But that's it. I'm not calling, I'm not dependent on no nigga. I tell niggas all the time, the worst place you could be at is if you're in peril, in an emergency, or somebody's trying to do something violent to you, and there's nothing but black people surrounding you. They're not going to do anything to help you. I'll talk to y'all later.